drama circus has arrived. Have you ever watched a horror cow? They scan, they saw, they're screaming now. They scan, they cry, they'll freak you out. You blink once, they're in your house. Come chat about it, we keep it real. Spill your tea, say what you feel. We see the snakes, we see the snakes. We call the lies right to their face. Step right up, rain or shine, the drama circus has arrived. We got laughs and jokes and fights, but it cuts deep late at night. This place gets dark, don't get shaken. Guard your soul, don't let it get taken. Step right up, join the line. The drama circus, rain or shine. Scammers and grifters everywhere, they need help. Gummy bears, it's so sad the pitiful life leave you broke, bleeding inside. Alex will tell y'all what y'all need to hear. Pull that mask off, make it crystal clear. Come on in and wipe your dirty feet. Grab a drink, maybe something sweet. Oh yeah, right up, rain or shine, the drama circus has arrived. We got laughs and jokes and fights, but it cuts deep late at night. This place gets dark, don't get shaken. Guard your soul, don't let it get taken. Step right up, join the light. The drama circus, rain or shine. Round and round the story spin. Who's the victim? Who's the villain? Watch your heart, watch your mind, lead the trash, but keep your spine. Step right up, rain or shine, the drama circus has arrived. We got laughs and jokes and fights, but it cuts deep late at night. This place gets dark, don't get shaken. Guard your soul, don't let it get taken. Step right up, join the line. The drama circus, rain or shine.
Hello, you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. Before we get started at all, let me know if you can hear me okay. I am outside. I'm right by the water. I wanted to share it with you guys. It's beautiful this morning, but my camera's doing something funky again. I can't even tell if it's on, like when I try to turn it on. So I don't know. I mean, I'll show you guys. You can let me know. Can you see? Like now, when I do that, it just fades into the background. I can't see anything. It says that it's on the back camera, like facing the water, but honestly, I can't see. So I don't know. Hello, my audio is great. Thank you, AirPods. Thank you, Bendy. Hey, Beach Boy, good morning. Hey, Brandy, the Dragon's Den. Can't see anything. What the heck? Okay. Well, that's unfortunate because I wanted to share with you guys. Imagine if the dolphins or something crazy shows up and then I can't even turn the camera on. But anyway, um, maybe you can grab your coffee and your little morning cigarette or whatever you do and come chat with me. Come sit down. Let's have a chat. um, so, hey, Lola. Jay, good to see you. Pointer lover. Daria. Hey, proud grandma. Um, let's see. Flower girl. Thank you guys for being here. What if the freaking fairies show up, Bendy? Exactly. I'm serious. I love joking with my kids about that, though. I'm like, don't you think if fairies really did exist, like this would be where they exist? They're like, you're crazy, mom. No, but so I was going to go live last night, and I had a live set, and like I waited and waited, um, and it was deleted like right before it was supposed to start. But that's because our power went out. I made a post. But imagine you leave your home to go get groceries. You've been with the kids all day and you don't want to take them. So when you get a chance, you're like, okay, let me go get all the groceries we need so they have lunch and things and, stuff that needs to be refrigerated. And as soon as you get there, you get a call and you find out the power's out. And I was like, "Ah." And it came on just like, honestly, not too long after my live was scheduled, but it was already kind of late. So I just was like, I'll wait. We'll talk later. So that is why I didn't do my live last night. And yeah, I'm sorry, you guys, but here now. And I've got things to say. Yes, when you get a chance to escape, you do. Yes, exactly. I was looking forward to your live last night and your power wouldn't cooperate. Shame on them. I know. And I mean, so this live, I'm not going to be able to play any videos because I'm on my phone. I just wanted to talk. But there were some really good videos I wanted to play, like in reference to the court situation. So first, let's just talk about, because this yesterday there was court in the freaking case we've been talking about here, like every step of the way, with Julie Skolnick and Craig and Brittany. Now, Julie Skolnick, she decided she wanted to drop the charges. And it was interesting because let me know if you guys have been following this. You kept seeing and hearing people say, like, this huge secret's coming out tomorrow. Like, oh, just wait till the truth is revealed. You know, 3 more days, 2 more days. And I didn't see anything like that. I didn't see anything revealed. I'm curious what you guys think about that, because the only thing that was revealed is Julie wanted to drop the case. I do have some little notes I put in my notes app of things I wanted to mention, but oh, Bendy, that's sweet. Well, you can come up if you want and we can play something, but honestly, we could just chat about it. Here, let me drop the link in case you do want to come up. All I saw was the troll that came into BJ's and made, oh, and I want to get into that. I want to get into, okay. So, and either Bendy might could play him or we could play him at another date, but that was the lie. So apparently there's a rumor going around that Brittany had told the court that she had a stillbirth. Her baby was stillborn, and that's why she wasn't going to be there. Let me tell you what, I don't believe that for a second. I cannot believe anybody would believe that. I mean, don't get me wrong, there is some bizarre shit that happens on here, but come on. That would be really dumb to do. And I don't ever see her doing that. Like, with all the dumb shit that has came out of her, that she's, I just don't see that. Julie cried, made a ton of videos about all this, and then drops the charges. She ruined friendships and divided the community. Julie needs to sit down. See, you know what? This situation has caused a lot of drama, but there is no one that can ruin a friendship if those friends, don't let it. Do you know what I mean? I can't blame that on her, that part, because we are all adults and we are all responsible for ourselves, and that is it. And did I drop the guest link? I just don't see. Yeah, I think that some stuff is inevitable, and yeah, I, but I do agree with the like majority of your comment, and it's like you've made all these police reports, caused all this shit, and now you want to drop the charges. Apparently, the prosecutors all up in the YouTubes, watching everybody, watching, well, not everybody, watching all kinds of stuff on this, hours of it. He shouted out, allegedly speculating in court that, he learned so much from her channel. And I thought, hey, Wolfie, let me add Bendy. Hold up. Hold up.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey!
Hey. Yay, I'm so glad that you came up.
Well, thank you for
Um,
having me.
Thank you for coming. I want your thoughts on this anyway. With all you, with just knowing what you do on your channel and stuff, like this whole court process, this has been crazy. This case with Julie, and it's a different situation than you would see in other states because of the New Jersey citizen complaint process and all of that, but it's gotten pretty far. And for at this point, after all these police reports and all this bullshit, she's like, yeah, I'm dropping it. I found that interesting. And I was just saying, when you were joining, the prosecutor had said he watched a lot of YouTube, apparently he said that he watched allegedly speculating's video multiple times and even learned some things he didn't know. And when I first heard that, I was like given the side eye. I'm like, excuse me, you learned from a YouTuber, Mr. Prosecutor. But then I had to put myself in check, and I'm like, well, considering this whole case played out on YouTube, that makes sense that he would get more information. Had it been your regular court case, you would hope the prosecutor would be doing their research anyway and have all that information out. Even with this one, he knew it was with YouTube, but still. So what are your thoughts on all of this, Bindi?
Well, there are many. So you're right. That's my opinion as well. This case took place on YouTube. So all of the exhibits, i.e. evidence, would come from YouTube. So if you are the prosecutor and, as part of this case, this is the part that I think people are forgetting. Part of this case has an additional side quest to it, which is that recording of the prosecutor's meeting. Okay. And
Yes.
So if you're the prosecutor for this case and there's this tangential issue and you're getting sent from, it doesn't even matter where it's coming from. Okay, it does matter where it's coming from, I suppose. But if you are getting updated from law enforcement about complaints regarding this case and the side quest case, the recording of the prosecutor's meeting, you have to go and look. So I think that that's what he did.
Right.
Also, it is my understanding that although the first hearing took place April 1st, it's only been very recently that evidence has been submitted to his office from the defense side. This is normal. Okay, everybody knows this. It would be the discovery. So if the defendants had either hired representation or requested and were granted a public defender, they would give any evidence that they felt needed to be presented to their attorney. And then the attorney, because both would then disclose through discovery that evidence to the prosecutor, and it goes the other way. So I can understand why he said, I have learned some new things, because there was new evidence that had come in, mainly, for the first case, it came in from the defendants, but then for the side quest, there was evidence. Somebody emailed the prosecutor. We don't know who it is. Yeah. But they emailed a list of videos done from Nonsense's channel, apparently.
I heard that, yeah.
And so, yeah, of course he's going to go and take a look. I will say this. There were parts of the prosecutor's openings, I guess you would call them, opening statements, if you will, that I was like, this is normal. But I will say that I took exception to this case being compared to the Carmelo Anthony case in terms and I want to make this clear, to me, what it sounded like is that he's comparing them not in terms of seriousness, but in terms of the amount of coverage.
Attention. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that that was inaccurate and completely tone deaf. I don't know if he did it because it is the case that is probably the most current, and maybe he felt that the judge could relate to that if he used a criminal case. But I just think it was the wrongiest case to ever use as an example.
Especially with all the stuff like going on with that right now. I agree with you. And by the way, Bendy streamed that yesterday, you guys, and it's on my main channel's page, and it's on her page, obviously.
I meant to say that to tell you thank you for that, babe. Thank you so much for sharing that. I appreciate it.
Oh, of course. But yeah, I didn't like that either. I mean, I could imagine that for this prosecutor, he would get online and see 1,000 people in a chat talking about this.
Right.
And I'm sure he's like, whoa. You know what
Right.
I mean? But still, I agree, completely tone deaf. You need to venture out of your county and see what's going on in the world a little more or something.
Right. But also, to be fair to him, as far as his assessment of YouTube, imagine I think he's aware of YouTube, okay? But most people, myself included, for a long time before things changed with YouTube, mainly since the, pandemic, but you would go to YouTube to look at tutorials to how to do stuff. Like my treadmill one time wouldn't start, and it's because I'd put so many miles on it. You have to restart it after a while. You know where I went to find that out? Because I had long thrown away the owner's manual. The YouTubes. Okay.
Right, yeah.
So that's what people use it for, and to watch like music videos, stuff like that. Okay. So imagine that's your knowledge of YouTube. Okay. Then you get this case in front of you, and you come to YouTube. All right. And you see videos that have 10,000 views, 7,000 views, 15,000 views.
Yes.
Okay. If you're new to YouTube, that seems like a lot. We who are very familiar with YouTube know that in the scheme of things, 10, 20, 30,000 views is nothing. Really, it's a drop in the bucket.
Very small.
It's nothing to be. Look, and I'm saying this as somebody who puts out content. The first time a video of mine or a live of mine ever hit 10,000 views, I felt hella proud. I'm not taking it away. You should be proud of that. But we know in the scheme of things that
compared to the millions and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands. Yeah.
Correct. Exactly. That's what he's probably like blown away. Regardless of that, this was the Carmelo Anthony case was the wrong case, I think, to use as a comparison.
Yeah, I agree. Now, let me ask you. So the judge, apparently, the way I understood it, didn't know, like the prosecutor informed him about this side quest, as you said, about the private recording, the private whatever that wasn't supposed to be recorded. The prosecutor didn't inform the judge until during court yesterday, and I don't know why. I would have expected them to know sooner.
Well, the way that I understood it, I think the judge did know about this recording that had happened, because that was the subject of the what the prosecutor said the last hearing. But what he was not clear on, it seems to me, is whether or not this had been reported.
Oh, okay.
That's what it sounded like to me.
Well, I don't know. What do you think's going to happen with that? I mean, and apparently there was like quite a few extra people there yesterday. Just a Scoop with Barb was there, like, but spectating.
I'll say this: as long as I think we as a public have a right to view the judicial process. Okay, that is part of what we're afforded as a constitutional right in this country. As long as people treat a Zoom the way it's meant to be treated, which is as if you are sitting in that courtroom in front of the judge, God, and everybody, means you need to act like you got some damn home training. As long as everybody does that, I think that it's fine. I will say that I feel like if there were that, I don't know how many actual people went in and requested that Zoom link to spectate, but it seems to me that that's a fairly small jurisdiction, and it probably
Yeah.
overwhelmed them a little bit. They probably weren't ready. But I don't think there's anything wrong just in and of itself, people wanting to view the court process.
Well, when you think about what he said about Carmelo, think about there's extra people in there watching too. And honestly, if I stop myself and I think about it in a different way, I can agree with him because sometimes these dramas get way more attention than some of these cases. Not necessarily that one, but
Right.
you know what I mean. And that is unfortunate. And I do see that side of it because there is a lot of interest in this. I mean, it's just because it's two messy bitches. You know what I mean?
Right.
Full of lies, full of drama, dragging all kinds of other people in that aren't involved. What'd you think about the like 3 days until like? What were you expecting? And yeah, what do you think about that?
Okay, so this is what I understood this big revelation to be. I understood that the big revelation or the bomb or what, I don't want to use that word. Sorry, Allie, I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry.
No, it's
The
okay.
big, I'll just use revelation. Okay. The big reveal was surrounding something that Brittany J allegedly had told the prosecutor was the reason that she did not show up to the last hearing. That is what I understood the revelation to be. And I have to say, for the record, let the record reflect that I do not believe at all that she told the prosecutor her child was stillborn. I don't believe that at all. I
Yeah.
don't.
And how would everybody know? Like, how would so many? I don't know. I just think,
Look, here's the
yeah.
thing, and this is what people need to remember and keep in mind, okay? There are all kinds of trolls out there, but one of the most pervasive troll is the troll of exploitation. This is a troll that really doesn't give a rat's fat kneecap about one side or the other. They're just there to cause chaos, okay?
Yeah.
So if you are that type of troll, and think about it this way, and you're seeing on X, on YouTube, on Kick, all over the place, all over Hell's Half Acre of social media, that there is this countdown to something being revealed. What happened is somebody probably went and saw that a troll went into. I know they did. I shouldn't say probably, they did. It was highlighted in Brittany's chat, and she highlighted the comment about the revelation being that she allegedly told the prosecutor that the baby was stillborn. That is an exploitive troll. That is a chaos troll. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that anybody ever hinted at that. I don't think anybody believes that. I think that's
It's just dumb.
ridiculous.
Yeah, just dumb. So do you think Julie's done? Because, she went immediately to TikTok and was posting about justice too long, pushed off. I forget the words, but like justice that takes too long basically is not justice at all.
Yeah, justice.
Justice
too long,
denied.
justice denied. Yeah. Okay. First of all, Julie, Martin Luther King. Seriously.
God.
Okay. I don't understand.
Fuck damn, Julie.
A damn thing either side is doing. If I'm being completely, which I always am, 100% honest, I'm gonna just tell y'all, I don't understand. I can't get my head up my own ass to see their point of view, and I'm gonna leave it there.
No shit. That's a perfect way to say it.
I just can't. I just can't.
Far enough up my own ass to understand either one of them and what they're doing. Because I don't think she's done, obviously. Why would she go post that? I think what I'm wondering, and this is just like my speculation, is did the prosecutor go to her and go, Julie, I've seen these videos now, and now I know you were also saying like some low down shit, and some of this that you said was not necessarily like, was she put in a spot where she was kind of pushed to that? Do you think? Because that's what I'm wondering. Because why else would she go straight to TikTok and be like, "Meh," "Meh," like this? It didn't go my way, basically. She chose it.
She chose it. And so,
Happy
let's take a
birthday,
moment.
Shayna!
Happy birthday, Shayna. Should I sing that, Allie? You want me to sing?
Yeah,
All right, you ready?
of course. Mhm.
You only get this here at Allie's or at mine. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shayna. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
And many more.
on Channel 4.
You only get this at Allie's or mine. Just reminded me of all the nights of us
I know.
listening to those calls.
I know.
Remy says, yeah, she thinks she was. What do you think? Do you think Julie was kind of like, because once the prosecutor, why would he mention learning so much from allegedly speculating? And remember, their whole stance, like nonsense and allegedly speculating, was okay, well, while this might be true about Brittany and Craig, they might say some shit. Julie is also kind of full of shit too, you know? So what do you think about that?
Well, first and foremost, I want to say that anytime a prosecutor shouts out a YouTuber in the true crime sector and gives them a clap in a good way is a good day, because we, unfortunately, don't usually get those types of accolades. So we're usually because usually it's those of us who are acting a straight fool that get
the attention, yeah.
the attention, not the ones that are reporting accurately and all of the things. So I think that was a good thing. I think that I do think that if New Jersey is going to have citizens' complaints, which is not a new thing, okay, but I do think that it would behoove the courts, the legislature really, to take a look at social media, because while I think Julie might be one of the first few who used this, and it was available to her, to use this particular law in New Jersey that allows citizens complaints, but it happened on the internet. I think that they might want to take a look at some things and update their vetting process and all of the things. And the prosecutors, because it's okay, prosecutors at the district court and probably the civil court level are aware of social media, the role that social media plays in criminal activity. They're very aware. Okay. Law enforcement is very aware. But I think that at the municipal level, they're probably not, because they probably don't deal with it very much.
Yeah. Oh, man, Jen, it's been a ride. But yeah, I just don't think that she's done. I think we're going to see more. But I don't know. It's unfortunate because it is a waste of time. Go ahead.
Remy said, might be a good idea to do some digging into the person's claims. So I'll say this. I think that he did. Okay. And the reason I think that he did, and I think the reason that he decided to go forward with it, came in I think his explanation came out, but I think it might have been lost because there was a lot of explanation. When he said something respective to that he takes into account that harassment is in the eye of the beholder, I do think that I think that is how it passed the, for lack of a better word, sniff test and went to the next level. I think that when he listened to the evidence or watched the videos, I think that maybe his own personal opinion might have been, well, this doesn't seem like A, it's a threat, or B, it's real hard to tell if it's directed at you specifically, right? But I think that's how it got where it got.
Yeah, that
Because
makes sense.
I think that's what he did.
Well, I have it here because I was like trying to take notes in my notes app on my phone. I wrote,
Okay.
he said that the court was what he felt. The prosecutor feels court was weaponized, which we all know that. But if he made that statement, that's pretty interesting. I wonder, like, what does he mean by Julie? Does he mean by, I don't know. I guess it has to be by Julie. But then again, I was thinking about like all the interference and stuff as well. So what do you think about that comment? Because we all know that it was a waste of time. We all know. Listen, here's the deal. Julie, if you ever hear this, you probably won't. People are allowed to talk about you on YouTube if it's just their opinion. That's not something to report to police. That's not something to go, like some of these things in these police reports, it was just someone played my videos, and sometimes we may not like what people say about us. But if it's people are allowed to have opinions, like as long as they're not lying on you. And when they do, that is not a police problem either. That is up to you to try to take someone for defamation or something like that. Like I'm so tired of like this kind of stuff. And the ROs, we have seen for years these ROs being weaponized to shut people up. We have seen threats of them. We have seen real ROs. We have seen so much. And it's so annoying because you think about the people who actually need ROs out in the real world, like, and this is taken away from that time. You know what I mean? For those hearings to be heard, for those cases to be heard.
Exactly. Look, the courts are still backed up from the pandemic when things were shut down. Okay. They were backed up before. They still haven't, like, they're always backed up. All right. Some courts are more backed up than others, but somebody saying mean words to you on the internet does not a police report require. That's it. Stop wasting resources. It's ridiculous. Remy, I understand that many people feel that this should never have gone any farther than a report. It should have stopped there, that it should have been done there, that it doesn't have validity. But what I'm saying is what I took from the prosecutor's statement is that's not how he determines. He doesn't take his own personal thoughts and feelings about what is harassment and what is not. This is, while it is criminal, it's municipal criminal, not like the district court. Okay. So the district, if she had tried to, and that's why it didn't get to the district court level, because district court requires a far higher bar. Municipal court in New Jersey, the bar is lower, and it's more. He took her on her word that she felt threatened.
Yeah. When, like you said a few minutes ago, we don't even know. Hey, Hillbilly Belinda, we don't even know if that was like who those comments. Some of those were directed to. Hillbilly Belinda, I was just watching Pitt and I heard him talking to you in the chat like this morning. It was the one from, I think, last night maybe, but I'm sorry, Bendy.
Remy, the law isn't getting into feelings. That's why it was at the municipal level.
It should never have been a report. Yeah, I mean, and I get people wanting to make a paper trail but dude, like, if you're on social media, I don't know, you got to toughen up a little bit. This is ridiculous. But honestly, like I said, between the two of them, those two are so much alike. This is not the end. This will not be the end of this. It may transform into something a bit different, but I do not believe this is the end. I just don't.
Well, I wish it was. This is the end. My only friend, the end. It needs to be the end.
Yeah, it does. But come on, it's not the end of this situation, and it damn sure ain't the end of people using the courts to
Oh,
try to shut
and
people up and stuff on
no,
here.
no, no, no.
Hell, we have JLR and like all this stuff, like Nerdy. He's going to court with
Mhm.
all kinds of YouTubers and stuff. And yeah.
Jake took out a restraining order against JLR. They have court the 26th of
Mm.
June in Texas.
Oh, wow.
hmm
Guess that's his home state.
It happened in Texas. That's where you got to do it. He said he's from here, but he also said he's Jake from America. So was he saying here, Texas, or was he saying here, America? I don't know. I just know he filed in Texas. Al, I think Wolfie wants you to look at text.
Okay, and I agree. Hillbilly Belinda, she is not going to stop. Ain't no way in hell. Let me see. You heard, oh yeah, Wolfie was reminding me, and I did hear this, that
No,
Julie
Remy.
was
No.
giving a kidney to a friend, and that's part of the reason she was dropping this. She
Well,
has a
y'all, let her have her Steel Magnolia Shelby drink the juice moment. All right, let her say if that's what she's doing, good. We look. I don't know if she's telling the truth, and guess what? I don't fucking care. I just don't.
I don't care either, but also I'm like, in my own brain, I might feel a little.
I mean, that's an. I will say this. I will say this. Making a statement in open court on the record, okay, that you wanted to keep this, it's a sensitive and private matter, and then running over to social media to discuss it. Spoiler alert, it ain't private now, ho.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Let me just clear something up. Not Jake Lang. I'm talking about Jake from America that confronted JLR on his stream the other day. That's who I'm talking about.
Look, OG Feisty Cooter is the name of this account. Y'all are crazy. Feisty Cooter says, I don't think Julie will stop. I think she's working behind the scenes with people. I mean, who knows? There's always shady. I've learned I don't really trust many people or met much on here, and so I wouldn't be surprised either way.
Right.
I suppose so.
Look, messy people don't stop being messy. They continue unless they want to. Okay. And I feel that if you, like I said, stand up in a court of law in front of God and motherfucking everybody and say that you're dropping the case because you want something to do with something that is a personal and private, and you wish, and that's, you want to leave it at that, and then you haul your cookies over to the social medias and put it on blast, you're still messy. So messy people stay messy. There you go.
Well, also, like I had heard a clip of Brittany saying, something about like, she's got to get this to stop. This may have been like a couple days ago, not in reference to Julie. I don't know exactly what, because it's been a couple days since I've seen it, but something about like, I'll get a loan if I have to or something. And I'm like, oh my, I can feel it. It's a coming. Are you going to ask for more money or something to stop this again? Like, I just... You get a loan.
I'll say this also. This whole thing was messy. And I think that it was an incredible waste of time and resources. I think that this all needs to stop. And personally, for me, I don't want to talk about this after today. Like, I feel like look, it happened. We're going to talk about it. I don't think but I don't plan on talking about it for 11 billion years. Okay. This is going to be one of those things in the file box that gets overwritten. I need more room for song lyrics. I'm done.
Well, don't worry because by the end of today, 15 other fucking crazy things are gonna happen on
Oh,
here.
of course. Of course.
Dude. Yeah. Some of these people are fucking rabid. It's nuts on here. But
Right.
I think that was a clip from a few years ago. Daria said, I don't know, maybe. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised. I
What
mean,
clip? I
it's a
missed
concept
something.
about the loan, asking for a
Oh,
loan.
oh, oh, oh. Oh, yeah. That was a clip from a few years ago. I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
don't worry. Won't be surprised if it comes up again. Sometimes people have patterns. When people show you who they are, believe them.
The
You
first
know what I
fucking
mean?
time. Don't be giving them extra chances.
Yeah. That's what I've learned. That's for
Human
sure.
beings are like stoves. They're hot. If one of them burns you, don't be putting your hand back on that stove again thinking that the outcome is going to be different. You finna get burnt.
Yeah, exactly. Hillbilly Belinda, did we ever hear what the big announcement was? No, that's what we were talking about earlier. No. And, I've heard different speculations. Like, I think that might have been because Julie was dropping it. Nah, I don't see that. That doesn't make
No.
sense to me.
No.
Or the Britney, you have the rumor that she said she had a stillbirth. That's bullshit too. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so much fucking bullshit on here.
Look, at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you, Belinda, this is what I think it is. I think that Britney, somehow or some way, I think they thought that there was going to be, some type of admonishment from the court about Britney not showing up for the last hearing and something about an excuse that she had given that was a lie. I don't think that she said I don't think the lie was that her baby was stillborn.
Yeah,
I
and
think
that's
that's
easily
ridiculous.
verified. Like that's something that would just be easily verified. Like, so I would never
Wait a
believe
minute.
she did.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No. I was thinking out loud, and I was thinking, and it came out of my mouth. My bad. I'm sorry.
Well, no, it's okay. It's just she does a lot of dumb shit. But I mean, can you imagine? You're in a case that's all about YouTube bullshit. You lie some horrific lie like that, which I don't think she would do anyways. But not only that, then you get on YouTube and you're like, oh, my baby's home. Look at my baby. Oh, my baby. And everyone's like, mute. We don't want to hear about your baby. The kids are like, mute. Her panel guests like, mute. And she's like, no, it's okay. My baby. Like throwing it in people's faces, pushing it in our faces, or not in everybody's faces. You know, that's dumb. That would be dumb as hell. Why would she do that? That makes no sense to me. Telling them it was a stillbirth while coming on here and just very
Right.
much pushing it out there in everyone's
Right.
face.
What I
So,
need to hear is who is the they? Who is they, Bog?
Anya, I heard she was going to jail on the Zoom, arrested right there, and everyone was going to get to watch her and Craig arrested and justice served. But you ain't heard that from me. She's religious, and just because of that, I don't think she'd do that because lightning could strike you. I know. Hey, Selena, good to see you. I would be fearful of ever, like, I think most people
That's some
wouldn't lie
bad
about stuff like
juju.
that. Mm-hmm.
That is bad, bad juju. Gina from West Virginia says BJ read a comment in her chat about the stillborn and it didn't seem to piss her off or catch her by surprise. Nothing BJ wouldn't lie about, in my opinion. I disagree with the second part of that statement and kind of a little bit of the first. It did to me when she read it out, she did say, that's sick. That's sick, y'all. What's wrong with you? So she did seem like she was
Right.
upset by it.
Oh, I miss Selena too, Woofy. The mole thing, this is another thing. Like, this kind of makes me think there's not a mole because we kept hearing it that this like thing was going to come out, this excuse she gave 4 days, 3 days, and we're hearing there's a mole. Part of me goes, is that true? You know what I mean? I don't know.
Look, a mole. I wouldn't look. I don't know if I believe there's a mole, but here's the thing. Okay. And this is just a general life, and take it from me because I'm almost 50. So I'm old. I've seen some shit. I've learned some things. Okay. You know that old adage, two can keep a secret if one of them is dead? That
Yeah.
is true on the tubes. That is true on the social medias. Okay. If you tell somebody something, it ain't no longer a secret. And therefore, one person tells another, who tells another, who tells another, who tells another, boom, bang, there you go. Then you got Beach coming out. I didn't want to do it, y'all, but I have to. They stole my moment from me. Yes, okay, I lied. I'm pregnant. Okay, that's what happens. That's how that shit happens. Because she told somebody, who told somebody, who's told somebody, and each and every one of those people, I guarantee, was sworn to secrecy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my God. That's the issue though. It's once you do, that's the thing. And you hear about it. I mean, the boy who cried wolf. If you lie, if once you're known to be a liar, people expect lies from you. Once somebody lies to me, I kind of write them off in my head. I'm not taking them as serious as a friend, as anything. Like, I don't, that's just me. That's a big pet peeve of mine. Be honest with me, even if it's fucking not pleasant. I don't give a shit. I'd rather you be honest. And once I know that you're capable of being a lying piece of shit, I just expect that. And that's just the way it is.
Right. I mean,
So
and I think that's kind of the sentiment
that's what
here
Julie too.
in the chat, right? If you lie
Yeah.
about one thing, you are a liar. And therefore, everything you say after the fact that you admit that you're a liar. Okay, I lied, but I did it for a good reason. I did it to protect my family. Let me just give you and this is a general you, but I think you all know the you that might need to hear it the most. Never lie to protect your family. You know what protects your family the most? Shutting the fuck up. Don't say shit. That will protect your family. But a lie will not, especially if you're not good at lying and the lies are ridiculous and don't make any sense. Okay. The best thing you can do is exercise your right to remain silent about the subject. Just because somebody writes it or types it or asks you in the chat, in the discords, hits you up on the messenger, on the tickety talks, on the gram, you don't have to answer if you don't want to. And sometimes it's best not to if you're
Yeah.
protecting your family. You
If
can
you
protect them best by
exactly.
shutting the fuck up.
You don't address every little thing. You don't come on here and defend every little thing. The best way to protect them is you don't address it. Somebody comes in your chat and says something about your kid. Do you go, oh my God, they said my kid was this or that. They put this out there about my kid. Oh my God, I've got to defend myself. No, you shut up. Do you know how many friends I've seen get doxxed and have things said about them they never address? Why would you draw
Exactly.
attention to it?
Right. And by the way, look where you're doing it. You're doing it on YouTube on your channel. Okay. And I've said this once and I'll say it for the 11 billionth time. When you're addressing it, you're addressing it on your channel to your chat. Okay. You're already preaching to the choir, lady. The people that don't like you, I don't give a rat's fat kneecap what you say. There is no magical way that you could put words, specific words, in a special order that is going to make these people believe you, Brittany. They don't fucking like you. You are their Beck, that bitch over there eating crackers. Okay. They don't like you. They're not going to like you. They're never going to like you. That's
You
it.
don't
That's
need them
all.
to. Like, yeah,
Right.
it's just and Shayna being accused of being the mole, that's just dumb. Shayna has been very open in her chats, like she's talking not only like I would say her and Brittany are still on good terms and on good terms with everybody. She's been open in the chats and honest over the couple of months since she's left over there. Why would she need to be a mole? I just don't like that. That's bullshit.
Yeah, I
Like, why
don't.
do they got to
Yeah,
drag everybody? I don't,
right.
and I don't even know who said it, but that's just her getting named as the mole is just silly because that
Yeah,
makes no
that does
sense.
sound ridiculous. I mean, look, I know she don't want advice. I'm a grown person. Okay, be grown then, ho. Handle your business like a grown person. How about that?
Yeah. Well, we love you, Legendary. He said, I just want them to like me. But Hillbilly Belinda, she has gotten mad because I've said that. Um, but I mean, it's just the way that I view it. You know what I mean? She's like, who would love this stuff? But, and I get that side of it too. But I mean, then you quit going back and forth with it. You don't keep
Right.
poking and keep reviewing. And we all like drama. That's why we hear it. We're here and we watch it and we talk about it. Like, but okay. Nunya had a comment I wanted to read. Where the hell did it go?
Oh, let me see if I can find it.
Here it is. 92% of X mods tell it all. Do you need them all? Like, seriously. Come on.
There's no there's no need for a mole. Okay? There are X mods that have come out here, gone and hosted whole ass X mod panels, and they mentioned it all.
Yep. I don't know, man. It just makes me think, well, hell, what now? What now? And what are we all going to talk about? Something's going to happen eventually. Like,
Yeah.
not eventually, today.
I'm sure.
But
I'm
yeah.
sure.
And I don't know. I think maybe I hope Julie learned a lesson. I hope my theory about, just to end the court case talk, I hope my theory is true. I believe the prosecutor might have put her in check a little bit about what he had seen from allegedly speculating. And if that is true, I hope that Julie learned a lesson. You don't get on here and just fucking lie about people willy-nilly. You don't make reports. You don't make a police report. So and so played the video that I was in of our court hearing. Like, there is a lot of shit she put in these police reports that could have been a comment to the prosecutor in one of their meetings or something. And I hope that like, if that's true, that taught her, you don't do this. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's really all my thoughts about it. And I think the whole thing about a big thing being exposed was, I don't know, maybe a rumor that somebody started and people just started believing and repeating, or I'm not really sure.
I think people were probably likely curious about what would happen to her, because look,
she didn't
what had happened was this: you didn't show, but your ass was live at the time you were supposed to be in court. Okay, naturally, people are like, how's she gonna get out of this one? Because people take court seriously, and you should take court seriously. Okay, when you're summoned to court, okay, you're not getting an invitation. You don't have the option to RSVP. It is not a request. It is a demand. Okay, so yeah, I think people were like, "Oh, what's she gonna do now?" You know, and they wondered about it. So I think it escalated from there, because the internet's and people.
Yeah, and that's like a natural curiosity of what the fuck's gonna happen. Your ass didn't show up, and not only did you not show up, bitch, you were live. And not only did you not show up and go live, you said, I had just had a baby and I just came home, or whatever she said. It's like, dude.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Danya says her theory is we haven't seen what's going on in the courts. Like, she believes there's more being done in the courts, and we will eventually see. And honestly, as disappointing and annoying as it would be, because some of this shit is not worth being in the courts at all, I wouldn't be surprised.
Right. Like, okay, there are certain cases that if you could only view them on Zoom, and I had to, which Zoom requires your government name, I would risk my government name being out there for certain cases. Spoiler alert, Skolnick versus Jackson Black ain't one of them. Okay?
I thought it was funny people showed up and used their YouTube names in the court. Like, what?
And I'll say this, as we have learned through our years, like hours through a sand glass. Okay, so are the days of
So
the
are the
tubes.
yes.
We have learned this. We have seen it. Well, everything gets exposed eventually. So why waste energy trying to figure it out? I am not going to waste a single brain cell trying to figure out what's really going on. It'll all come out eventually.
Yeah. Yep. And Hillbilly Belinda, I'm with you. I've never felt like the two cases were connected. You know, the Rico and the this. Bendy, what do you think? Do you think that I suppose the outcome of this could have had an effect on the Rico after the fact? Maybe. I guess it would have just been a line in a lawyer's declaration or something, you know, that this occurred. What do you think?
No, I don't think it's going to have. No, and I'll tell you why I don't think it'll have an effect on the RICO, because that's already been decided. Right, even though it's in appeals right now, I don't think that those appeals are going to be successful. So no, I don't think that this is going to have an impact on the RICO in any way that would benefit any of the defendants. If it had an effect on the RICO at all, it might be in favor of the plaintiff, or no, I'm sorry, switch that around. I don't think it's going to impact the plaintiffs in any way that's beneficial. I do think that it might be able to be something that's used on the defendant's parts, like, look, see, they still acting up. One of them, at least. Well,
Right.
but BHB is suing a whole ass county. So
Yeah.
that's part of all of this too. So yeah, they could say, look, the defendants might be able to say, look, Your Honor, send these, when it comes to punitive damages, send a message. They're still acting up. They're still acting a fool. Send a message.
Yeah.
Maybe in that way. I reversed the defendants and the plaintiffs in the beginning. I apologize for that. But
See,
yeah,
my
I
thought
don't
was
think
even the
it'll
best
help.
argument, Bendy, and a good attorney would say, no, this is unrelated. This is you know what I mean? This is not, but I guess like you said, as in that point, as far as like the damages and them
Right.
using it as, hey, making an example out of these folks because they're not stopping.
Right.
But again, that's not Brittany taking it to the courts. That's Julie. And so I don't see how, yeah, I don't know. But
Well, I mean, that is Julie. So I don't think I just don't see how it could. I don't think that, and I want to be very clear about this. I know that people feel very strongly and people disagree and all that, and that's fine. We don't have to agree. I'll still like you, unless you
yeah,
disagree with me in a way that you're calling me names or stupid or making me, insulting me as a
yeah,
human, right? Rather than just arguing my
same.
point. I don't think that anything that nonsense or allegedly speculating did with talking about this case on YouTube hurt or helped this case. I think it had no impact or effect at all. I think that Julie maybe didn't think that she would. I think she knew she would get backlash, certainly from people who support BJ, right? I think that had to be a thought. Do I think that she thought that people that didn't like BJ would be, whoa, this ain't right? Probably not. Don't think she counted on that. But I don't think that anything that nonsense or allegedly speculating put out had any impact, good or bad, on this case.
Oh, the hell up. Let me check this out. Please tell me that's not true.
Oh, Jesus. Let me Google.
Okay. Yeah, please do, because I'm on my phone. I was going to try, but it'd be better. Oh, my God. I'm holding my breath.
All right, here we go. Oh, okay. All right, here we go. This is the truth. Here's the whole story. This comes from what's this article? WMUR 9 ABC. No, you cannot send me notifications. Stop that. The New Hampshire Supreme Court reversed the second-degree murder conviction for Adam Montgomery on Thursday morning. Montgomery was found guilty in 2024 of second-degree murder in the death of his 5-year-old daughter Harmony Montgomery in 2019. He was sentenced to 56 years to life in prison. In Thursday's ruling, justices reversed his second-degree murder conviction and affirmed his conviction for falsifying physical evidence, witness tampering, and abuse of a corpse. Okay. The state's highest court heard the appeal in October. During that hearing, a lawyer for Adam Montgomery argued that he should have been tried separately on the assault and murder charges, that the court should not have allowed testimony from Kayla Montgomery, and that the body cam video should not have been shown at trial. Regarding the joining of the assault charge and murder charge in the same trial, the state had argued that, quote, any error with respect to joinder was also harmless as to the second-degree murder charge because the state's case and the evidence of the defendant's guilt were overwhelming. Justices agreed with that assertion. We conclude the misjoinder of offenses was not harmless as to the homicide charge. Accordingly, we reversed the defendant's conviction of second-degree murder, justices wrote. It was, quote, it was
Jen.
yeah.
But you know what? Okay,
Understand
this is not
this.
the True Crime Channel, but we got to just touch on this for a minute. Go ahead, Benny.
Yes.
Understand this.
Understand this. This is another one of those technicalities. They're not going on the merits of the evidence presented, only on an error committed by the trial court, allowing both cases to be presented at the same trial. So
which
what's
we
going
talked
to
about
happen,
at the time. Go ahead.
Yes. What's going to happen is the court, if he's granted a new trial, and then they might, the state can take it to trial again, okay, or Adam could plead. Those are the two options left. This is not, and also Adam they upheld the other convictions. Adam Montgomery is not going anywhere. Okay. He's not going to be freed, all of the things.
I wonder at the other convictions, I wonder how long they got. And we can talk about this on my channel or your channel at a later date, because Nanya has a good comment I want to talk about. But just real quick, I want to say, I always thought Kayla Montgomery's testimony was wrong. Remember, we talked at the time. How can you put her on and trust her after all the lies she's told? She said up front, wow, that happened. And I won't get into details because of what we're talking about. We're already discussing, but she was there and she didn't even turn around and look. She did nothing that, oh God, I hate that stupid bitch. And she's walking free right now. She's out in the public. So that just irks my soul because this is overturned because they let her. That's part of it, and that's bullshit. And we always said it from the beginning that shouldn't have been allowed. But anyway,
we did.
Wow,
we did. But we also talked about what a position the state was in with respect to that because they don't have Harmony's body.
Yep. Okay, we can talk about that later. But my God, Letitia Stalk, what's his name from South Carolina that you covered?
Alec Murdaugh.
Alec Murdaugh. Now we have Adam Montgomery, 3 major convictions being overturned in a couple of months. That is unheard of, dude. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, yeah.
These huge cases, I don't know that. Like, I was so shocked with Letitia's, and now 2 more. That's just, I know cases get overturned, or this happens all the time, but I've not seen it with like such big and over technicalities at that. These people are
Billy
guilty.
Belinda, she did make a deal, but here's the thing, okay? And this, as infuriating as this makes me, this is how the process works. But where I want to give you guys hope is that when cases are reversed on an error, that means that either they tried to call into question some of the evidence, and that some of the evidence being allowed in was not admissible, and that was an error specifically with Letitia and Alec Murdaugh. The merits of the actual case with respect to what was admissible evidence, etc., those were all upheld. Let me look and make sure that there isn't anything with respect to, because he is arguing admissibility of Kayla Montgomery's evidence.
Okay. And let me find Nania's comment I wanted to comment on, because it was about like if they're covered, like going back to the court case we were talking about. Maybe we should do a live on this. I'd love to talk about it. But let me find it while you're looking for that, because this was interesting and I want to get your thoughts on it, because I do agree with you, Nania, that it had an effect. But at the end of the day,
it did.
Here it is.
Yeah, it did. And here's the argument. Oh, she's talking about this. Let's move on from Adam Montgomery. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
I was waiting and listening at the same time.
I was waiting to hear your last thoughts on that, but we can go to your channel or my channel or whatever.
Yeah, let's do a live together.
Okay.
Let's do a live together. We haven't done one on my channel in a while. Is it okay if we do it over there?
Yes.
I'm down either way.
No, I'm down. Let's do it on your channel. That'll be better.
This will give me more time to look into the specific ruling, because nothing about Kayla Montgomery's testimony and how the justices found respective to that is in that article. So it'll give me time to research.
Okay. Yeah, because I would know I'm going to rage. But so we were talking about like how Nonsense's coverage couldn't have affected the RICO, right? And then this came up how allegedly speculating had unbiased coverage that the prosecutor learned something from and probably pushed. That's probably what had him talk to Julie and say, hey, I know, like we said. Okay, but to me, because I know they're two separate things, that's just what led us into this conversation. So this is the way it is for me, though. The facts are the facts, no matter what. Like I don't see a problem with anybody digging into, like, allegedly speculating, putting out these videos that helped him. That's not helping Brittany. That's just the facts of the case. If they're like, I saw a comment from Hillbilly Belinda earlier. She said, if there's no case, there's no case, like that, or something like that. Like, it's just the facts of the situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? Why would you not want the facts?
Right. The merits of the case are the merits of the case.
Yeah.
That's it.
Why would someone not want
So talking about the merits of the case, okay, does not have an impact, because first and foremost, the prosecutor looking at that, let's just say for argument's sake, just for the sake of discussion, that yesterday Julie did not decide to drop the charges. Okay. Let's say that she decided the case would go forward. Guess who's deciding the guilt or innocence of the defendants? Not the prosecutor. So if anything, okay, watching allegedly speculating or watching nonsense, the only thing that it would impact is in the way that he presented the case. That's it. Because the case is the case. The judge is the one that would ultimately is the fact finder in that case. So it doesn't, and Julie was colloquied, which just means that the judge spoke to her, okay? And she was asked very specific questions. If anybody encouraged her, threatened her, or her family, blah, 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 those normal colloquy questions that get asked of people that are not attorneys all the time. And she answered no to all of them.
Yeah. Nania said that was to no one helped in Julie's case, not the RICO. Right. I just was explaining, like, that's how we got there, because first we were talking about the RICO, and then
yeah.
The prosecutor allegedly said his job is to believe JS, this possibly made him have questions. Dude, he's an older man too. He's like, I think they said in his 70s. He had been doing this for 50 years. And I'm like, whoa, that's a long time.
So Nonsense says, to be fair, JS said multiple times the prosecutor picked up the charges. It wasn't on her anymore. How could she withdraw then? I think that was a lie, just my opinion. Okay, so this is a citizen's complaint, okay? And then it gets the citizen writes the complaint, and then it gets turned over to the municipal prosecutor. And the municipal prosecutor will look at it and see if it is something that can go forward. Being that it is a citizen's complaint, the prosecutor would need that citizen's cooperation to move forward with prosecuting the case. This is not district court, like where, let's say in the case of a domestic violence situation, and the victim in the domestic violence situation declines to press charges and declines to cooperate with the prosecutor, the state just doesn't, they're like, we don't care, the state picks up the charges. This is not that. This is different. This is a different way. This is handled differently.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because let's say the prosecutor does eventually, I guess, pick it up or whatever, but let's say, because she took back her complaints too, remember? Isn't that true? She withdrew her police reports and everything. So there would really be nothing to move forward from. Anyways.
Okay. I need to, here's the issue. This is where I'm stuck at. It's very difficult for me to, without
hear someone else
hearing and seeing, hearing and or seeing, or really both. I mean, nobody's going to get the transcripts. That's ridiculous. They're expensive. It's my understanding the audio is available. However, can that audio be played on YouTube? That I don't know the answer to. Without hearing exactly what it is that Julie withdrew out of her own mouth, and I'm not saying that the other people's perception might be wrong or their notes on it are wrong or anything like that. I just wouldn't feel comfortable commenting on it one way or the other without knowing firsthand for myself. This is why I didn't cover the whole Carmelo Anthony trial, because there were, even mainstream media was reporting things differently. And I didn't think that I could do justice to that case and give responsible commentary and opinions on it without seeing it for myself, really, because there were so many conflicting reports coming out of the courtroom.
That's where I'm at too. I would really like not hearing it or seeing it yourself. You have to go based on someone else's reporting and stuff, and that makes it difficult, because I was thinking the same thing. So hoodies, I have to comment on this. She says prosecutors should not be using YouTube videos for cases. YouTube videos created by a third party are not facts. The prosecutor's job is to follow the facts. I literally, when we came on here, I told Bendy that. I was like, I side-eyed when I first heard that. I'm like, wait, what? You got to go to a YouTube video you're the prosecutor. You should be the one gathering, like, from the jump, everything from the base. Like, you don't, but where this all took place on YouTube, I could see why, like, people's words in a YouTube video could be helpful. Or
oh, we lost Allie. She'll be back. Melissa says she withdrew her citizen's complaint. What are we confused about? I'm not confused. I just didn't. If she withdrew her citizen's complaints, then, like I said before, my opinion is still the same. The reason that it was left, the reason why then the case was dismissed is because it is a citizen's complaint and not in municipal court, not district court, where they would need her cooperation in order to pursue the case. Nanya says, well, one of the facts that both sides were doing things on video, so watching the videos would be fact gathering, right? Okay. I don't necessarily think that the prosecutor, now saying that he learned some things, that's not the same as saying I based how I'm going to go forward with this case on a third party YouTube video. The fact of the matter is, all of this took place on YouTube. The evidence that Julie presented in her initial citizen's complaint was evidence that came from YouTube. Oh, excuse me, I didn't mean to burp in y'all's ear. It came from Coffee Kicked In, YouTube videos. So, what I think that he did with respect to allegedly speculating and nonsense, because he was sent 11 billion links to her videos. Okay. I'm sure he clicked them. I'm sure he watched them. I think that, but I don't think he used, how could he? Julie dropped it. Julie withdrew the citizen's complaint. The judge accepted it. The case was dismissed and moved for expunction. That's it. So maybe I'm not explaining it right. Melissa has it better. Melissa said it wasn't up to Julie if the prosecutor picked up the case or not, Nanya. That is when it became the state of New Jersey. But she asked the court to withdraw her complaints, which is what the cases were based on. So without that, she's right. And I don't think you're feisty. No, I don't.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking too, Melissa. I was thinking, well, if she withdrew her complaints, then, sorry, I was muted for a second talking to my mama. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, again, I don't think this is the end of it, but it's the end of this for now, rather,
Right. It's on hold. It's hold on for now.
Oh, Nadia, I love you. I understood when Bindi explained and answered my question. I'm no longer questioning it. Don't come for me.
Yeah, who said you're feisty? I appreciate it.
You were rude, Melissa.
No.
Yeah, you're good. I just
You're
dropped
not
the link
coming
in case you want to
across
come
feisty
up.
to me. Yeah, come up. Get up here, Melissa.
Just for a minute. Come on.
Come on.
But
don't make me sing to you.
Yeah, I will say though, I was thinking, why wouldn't he come on, dude. I know that the internet stuff is new to some of these jurisdictions, some of these prosecutors. But when the case is about YouTube and all took place on YouTube, it seems like this is research you should have been doing anyways, dude.
Well,
but
I think that, okay, let's keep this let's keep this in perspective. Okay. It is my understanding that the prosecutor, from his own words, relayed that he received, and from apparently, I don't want to say this part because I didn't hear it firsthand, so I don't know. All right. The prosecutor received evidence from the defense. Okay. So, and in recent days. Okay. Not evidence starting back in April 1st, moving forward all the way to June 10th. Okay. This was evidence that was received in the last few days. Okay. Is the way that I understood what the prosecutor was saying. So when was he supposed to do any research? You know what I mean? How could he understand the other side of the story if the other side wasn't providing their story? Does that make sense? Melissa, I ain't singing to you. You're up here now.
Hi.
Hi, babe.
Sorry, I didn't mean, I came on in and I didn't know what was going on or what we were talking about, but I didn't mean for it to come across feisty or nothing.
You didn't. You came across as Bindi. Let me help you out because your brain be buffering, ho.
No, I was
No.
just like kind of like what are we discussing, because I
Oh,
came in
oh.
halfway through.
Oh, because I said, what are we confused about? I see. I
Yes.
see. But I didn't take it feisty.
Yeah,
Okay.
me neither. Nunyo has had a question, but we were just talking about the court case and everything, like
Mhm.
in general, how it's ended and our thoughts on it. What do you think, Melissa?
Um
Like,
I haven't followed it too much. I do know that Julie withdrew, like, the prosecutor, as far as I'm understanding, and Julie had the conversation prior. Now, the judge could have denied Julie's request to withdraw her citizen's complaint at that point, like with how far in that they were in. Um, but without Julie's complaints, there is no way for the prosecutor to move forward because that's the evidence, they're arguing what's in the complaints. Now, why did Julie do that? I think she's using, like, oh, there's private family matters going on, uh, as an excuse because the prosecutor has admitted to doing research, right? And he probably questioned Julie, um as far as things that were not shared or presented, because that would come up in court. And with that, Julie was like, this might not go the way I think it's going to go, and she decided to just withdraw.
yep,
I
that's
mean,
what I think too. And Bendy, I was peeing, but I had my headphones in, so I heard you. And you're right, because Julie hit her channel, didn't she? And she
yeah.
had like, so you couldn't
Uh-huh.
see, yeah,
Mhm.
what she had been up to and everything. So that makes sense. That why the videos would help. So in most cases, I agree that a prosecutor being like, "Oh, I researched on YouTube and got all my facts," that's the initial side eye. But in this case, I
It's
can't
not
understand it.
abnormal.
No,
It's
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 not.
not abnormal at all. Like, again, it would be inappropriate for the judge to do that. It is not
Thank you.
inappropriate for the prosecutor to do that. It's their case, so there's been times where the prosecutor monitors Facebook, postings, things like that. Like, isn't it true,
Oh, of
like what you
course,
just
yeah.
posted on this, like, so it is not abnormal. I think what
But wouldn't
people
you
are thrown
have
off about is that
expected
it was 2.5 hours in length, and I think, from what I'm understanding, he said he watched it multiple times. I understand that seems a little excessive. That was a little excessive to me, but maybe he just got a
for
interest in it
me?
in overall.
Right.
For me, where the side eye was like, you hadn't done that already. You know what I mean? But in this case, she had hit her channel and stuff. Like, it shouldn't take, he should have gathered all the facts just as easily as these YouTubers do. You know what I mean? And that, like, should have done it already and it shouldn't have taken, but he didn't have the information. Julie had hidden her channel.
I think it originally came off. I don't want to say a straightforward case because, again, it's across state lines and someone that you've never met. But it probably presented itself to be easier initially, and then as it developed, as these appearances happened, as people started to attend, issues started to present themselves. That is when he's like, okay, hold on, wait a second, and I'm
Hmm.
assuming the prosecutors
Oh
reached
no,
out
she
to you.
cutting
Things
out.
are being
There you
I'm
are.
cutting out.
No,
Things
you're
are
not.
being
I hear
sent
you
to
fine.
him. And
Oh,
so
then maybe
that's
I
when
am.
he's like, all right, I got to take a little bit more of a look into this because he needs to be prepared. Brittany and Craig are pro se. So they're, Lord knows it's not even going to be presented in the way it's supposed to be presented. So I think he needed to do his due diligence and prepare for what he knew was most likely going to come out in all types of messy ways when they had the actual hearing.
Yeah. Mm. So what did Julie immediately went and posted on her TikTok, justice, too long, something about like justice pushed off too far is justice denied type of quote. It was a Martin Luther King quote, but that's not the exact quote. But it just made that's just to me points more into the fact that she didn't necessarily want to do this. She felt kind of, I think the prosecutor told her he had more information and she felt maybe like she had to.
I think if if they had attorneys, it wouldn't have been approved whatsoever. I think going in pro se and not understanding the rules of evidence and how the proceedings would go, I think that there's a chance that Julie may have won just based off of that, not understanding what the court rules are. Um, but I think absolutely became messy, and her and the prosecutor spoke about that naturally. And Julie decided, well, I would rather take like, I'm gonna quit versus take the loss.
Yeah. Yep. Melissa, also we learned, not to get into this too much because it is true crime, but today we learned in here this chat that Adam Montgomery's conviction was overturned.
No way.
His murder conviction. Yeah.
Yeah.
On what?
Because the of the joining of the assault and the homicide and the murder charge.
And that Kayla. Yeah.
And well, they haven't. There's nothing. I have to look into it deeper. Now he filed about Kayla being Kayla testifying, but there's nothing in that article about how the justices ruled on that part of it, of the appeal. But why they overturned the second degree murder conviction is because they joined that case with the assault case.
But his attorney filed and part of his filing for the appeal, Jen just read us the article, was that Kayla shouldn't have been able to testify. Like, she was taken as fact when she's been in trouble. You know, she's told multiple stories. Hell, everybody had an issue with that.
Yeah, without credibility. Wow.
But I think what the I feel like if the justices had ruled and agreed with the appeal if they agreed with the appellant in that part of it, I think it would, because that's a BFD. That could be potentially problematic for a retrial. So I think because it wasn't mentioned in the article, I think that they likely affirmed that part of it, which means they ruled against the appellant. Because at the end of the day, the fact finders in this case, which would be the jury, they are the ones that give weight to testimony and determine credibility.
Interesting. So we're going to look into it and talk about it more.
Yeah.
But
you want to come up with us?
Yeah. When are you guys doing it?
I don't know, but also while I have you here, because we never get to talk anymore.
I know.
I'm gonna have that's a song.
No, I miss
we don't talk anymore. GRB out here doing ratio sales.
Oh, she
for
is
the first time ever. Her story. Done gave an interview, and that's how it's labeled. First time ever, Gypsy's able to tell her story.
Oh yeah, first time.
Right. I'm gonna cover that interview, and I would love for you guys to be up there with me.
Is she going to talk about the headboards and things like that?
No, she's talking about the crime.
Are you kidding me?
Yes. No, I'm serious. Yes, that's what she's talking about.
Oh, God. She is. I'm just, like, I followed it a little bit, like with the whole headboard stuff getting messy and her being on the live stream. Yeah, she was on a live stream in real time when Ken was on Morbids. Yeah. And it's like, oh, okay, well, yeah, that video exists, but not the other video, and oh my God, like that video was so cringe watching her. You would think it was fake. Yes, the blanket. Like you would think it was fake. Yes. Yes. I was like, wow, like that's really her. That's her in an emotional moment. Like, and I'm sorry, again, she's coordinated her mother's murder. And that is very concerning.
Hey, guess what? So when I was on Locale Wild, I was on there with this girl for just like a couple days, and she quit. Her name was Melons. Well, she started her YouTube channel, and she asked me if I would do an interview, which I did. I shared it a while back when she put out the video. But right before me, she interviewed, what's the guy's name that Gypsy married, the big guy?
Oh my God, Ryan Anderson.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ryan Anderson.
Yeah, she interviewed him, and that's on her channel too. I didn't watch it, but I was like, whoa, small freaking world, dude.
Well, to be fair, you could get Ryan on. I could get Ryan just wants to talk about Gypsy.
Okay, I didn't know that.
He is scorned, and he is big mad. And
She,
Mhm.
but didn't text just come out where she told him he was
oh
sexy or something?
yes,
Oh, your
Yeah.
beard is sexy. After Aurora was born.
a month.
After.
Whoa.
A
Yeah.
month after Aurora. Let me just say this for the record. I don't give a rat's fat kneecap if Jesus Christ himself grew that beard and trimmed that beard for Ryan. Nothing on Ryan Anderson could
Is
ever be
sexy.
say labeled sexy.
Yeah,
And
but
Stop
then
it
he
she's
right
said
in
the
the
new ice
type.
middle.
blanket and headboard. I don't know. You're talking. He's scrubbed too.
Gypsy.
Gypsy Rose. But like Gypsy is a type where she just, in my opinion, she will throw a bone just to keep him coming back. Like any, and that's what
Yeah.
I took that as, like I
Oh
don't
yeah.
want you, but I don't want you to want anyone else. Like I want you to
Ah,
want me still. So I'll throw you a
correct.
little bone here and there to keep you
Correct.
chasing me.
She keeps him on the back burner at all times. And
Yep.
guess what? You all day long fucking sucker, you're right there. Chump.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I have been like way far down the rabbit hole with the Mackenzie Shirilla, all the people in prison, like her girlfriend and all like, oh my God, y'all, it's nuts.
Yeah.
And there's so much. There's
That's
so
an
much.
interesting one. I remember when it happened in real time, like and the creator Melly, she has been going through before this documentary came out, like all of the text messages between Dad
Yeah.
and it's that's a really good one. And to rewatch that, like moment in court where that you
Wait,
could
what moment? I
argue
don't know about
the
that.
moment in the court with her mom, like, and
Oh
how
yeah.
even the judge had to say, I'm sorry, like you're talking about, which I understand she's there to advocate for her daughter, but the coldness she showed towards like the other two, like, and complete
Dominic and
disregard.
Davion.
Yeah, but especially Davion, like, and how he was a new friend. Like, I don't really have anything to say about him. It was just horrible. Like, did you finish the documentary, Allie?
Yeah, I finally did. And then that's what got me going down the like the interviews and stuff. But I've not seen the
Yeah.
court like what you're talking about in
They
court. I
played
don't know
that
about that.
portion of the mom giving the victim like they're speaking on behalf, and she gets up to the podium and she's just advocating for Mackenzie, but then the judge is like, I'm hearing a lot about Mackenzie and nothing about the victims, and she's like, like, well, Davion, he was a new friend, and I'm sorry, like, but, and that was it, and the judge was like, are you kidding me?
Oh,
Like,
I'd have missed
it was
that. Is it at the
brutal.
end? Because I
Yeah,
You
watched
know,
it.
towards the end.
if you
Okay,
want,
because yeah.
Allie, the Mackenzie Shirilla's sentencing is on YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. I thought about watching the trial just because it
There's
got me
no trial.
interested.
I tried that too.
Oh,
So she had a bench trial.
Her
Okay.
lawyer, Bendy, never, sorry, turn to interrupt, but it was a really horrible decision to have a bench trial for her. Why would her lawyer advocate for that?
Okay. This is what I suspect. Okay. I think that the lawyer advocated for a bench trial because there was going to be some um, real like legal layers and difficult legal concepts. And in that situation, you would want the judge to be the one handling it, but also there is a huge emotional component to this case. And judges, while they do have emotions and they care about victims and all of those things, right? They're very capable, most of them,
Of
of
separating. Uh-huh.
compartmentalizing and separating that from what they are legally bound to do. And I think that is why, because I think that they were concerned that what they would end up with for Sharilla is an emotional verdict rather than one truly based on the evidence and the laws supporting it.
Right.
So that's why I think that was a strategic decision. Probably, um, probably, it might have actually been worse if she had a jury trial.
I see. I think it may have been better if she had a jury trial for sure. And I think she was so shocked, and in that a subsequent phone call between her and her mom saying, "I did not expect that at all." I believe that, and that tells me too that, I mean, not to point the finger at the lawyer, I don't like to do that, but I'm like, did he advise her at all, like the situation and just how serious this was? Because it seems like she didn't realize, like he at least portrayed off this documentary, like it seemed like she was they was like, yep, let's go to bench trial, basically they don't really have anything, and you know what you're looking at, even though she got 15 to life versus 30 to life for each, but still it seemed like she really didn't expect that. And I'm like, what was your lawyer telling you?
Right. Well, I think that if I think the strategy on the prosecution side, I think I don't know what they used as evidence because, of course, it was not streamed. So maybe the appellate appeal will become public in a way that we can read, and maybe we can ascertain something from that. But what I'll say is, I think that had this been a jury trial, I think jail calls would have come in. I think a lot of stuff that skirts the line of the 404 rules of evidence would have come in. And I think that there would have been testimony from other people about things that they had witnessed, as far as the way that Mackenzie behaved, the way that her testimony, with more testimony about the relationship that existed between her and Dom. So I think it would have, if there had been a jury trial, I don't think the jury would have been sympathetic to Mackenzie Shirilla. I think that a jury would have seen her the way 99.9% of people do see her, as an unrepentant little twit who did it on purpose.
Well,
I don't know if she did or
a lot
not.
of
I'm just
people-
saying that's how people are reacting to her.
I think she had to, because in the documentary, like a lot of people, by the way, said that they thought it was boring. I thought it was good. The only reason I didn't catch the very end, because the kids kept trying to like see what I was watching. So eventually by the end, I just turned it off. But I liked, I think what proves that it was where the cop shows not only the road and how like carefully she went around that first turn, how the road, he said, if you're going that fast, there's no way you can control a car. Like it's got a couple curves and stuff, and it's a hill. It's not like you could just she's having an episode and could drive through that road at 100 miles an hour without wrecking before she
And it's
did.
going in and out of neutral, which indicated
Yes.
the boys may have been trying to. Broke my heart. It broke my heart.
And
Yeah.
there were 2 times the wheel was grabbed.
Yeah,
And I found an
sure.
article that said the Hulu documentary has more info, but I haven't got to see that one yet.
Yeah,
But
it
that
jerked.
proves
Mhm.
that.
I just would like the record to reflect that while this started out as a drama stream, look what we're talking about. So let the record reflect that, yeah, we like a little drama here and there, but what is our true passions? All three of us up here. That's all. Just let the record reflect.
I haven't
The
been
only
watching
thing is,
shit. Like, I've been watching a lot of true crime. I haven't been watching shit with the drama.
I don't watch it all. I watch more of the LCU and then clips of the drama, or like my friends' streams maybe, or
Yeah.
but like for me, I love true crime. I love like digging into psychology and like the stuff we did with Letitia, but I am so like turned off by the media and by the not only media, YouTubers, all the way that like the exploitation, and that pushes me out of it.
Frustrating. It's really
Yeah.
frustrating.
Mhm.
I have had moments where I've been like, I mean, what the fuck? Why should I bother?
Yeah.
What's the point of it all? But then I'm like, I'm super stubborn too. So I'm like, I'm not going to give up, but I also waffle back and forth. It seems like while I have a core, very solid, wonderful group of people who support me and like for me to go live, it seems like more people prefer, when it comes to true crime, a video over a live stream.
Yeah,
which I'm also capable of doing. So
I prefer, if I'm a viewer, to watch a pre-record, only because I don't have a lot of time, like, which is actually, you know what? Sometimes I'm a liar with that because I'll have time to watch 5 20-minute videos. But if I'm looking at a 1 hour video, I'm like, ain't nobody got time for that.
It seems overwhelming in
Yes.
that way. Like if even though you're actually watching literally multiple videos that in total might actually be longer than an hour
Right.
video, right? But that timestamp, you're like, oh
Yes.
no,
Ain't
I've
nobody
got the
got time.
vapors. I can't do all that.
Yeah.
I got so many things to attend to. Yeah, I
It's
hear
too
you.
long. Yeah.
But
That's
for
too
me, like
much.
I like to watch like even if it's drama from Krama, but especially LCU, like while not really watch it, but while I'm doing stuff. Like I like to listen to the mess while I'm cleaning. Stuff like that. I don't know. It
Yeah.
just
I
entertains
like
me.
to listen to trial testimony when I'm cleaning because you know how y'all know everybody knows how my brain works. Okay. I get real overwhelmed with the visuals in the courtroom and I start noticing things that don't amount to a hell of beans, like how many times the court reporter picks up the stapler or whatever, the outfit of the day or a hair that's askew. And then I miss what I'm supposed to be listening to, which is the
Yeah.
freaking testimony. So when I am like doing laundry, cleaning, or whatever, that's when I listen to trial testimony because my brain is more receptive because my hands is busy and my eyes are busy somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like watching the short
Send
court
help
proceedings.
immediately. I
Not
need,
trial, like short landlord tenant, or family
oh,
court matters,
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
civil protection, and so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
listening all the time to that in my ear, just going, and it's very interesting.
But
Our
so you have
process
Melissa,
is interesting.
Hmm.
Sorry,
Rainbow.
sorry.
That's okay. Melissa, you haven't been keeping up with any of the like when you catch up with this, how do you do it? You just catch like a quick video that might
I
have it like
I
the
usually either hear it from a friend. Did you see XYZ last night? So I know XYZ happened.
yeah.
Or I'll open up the Discord and I'll see like somebody talking about it, and that's it. Like I've realized because
Yes.
I really have not watched shit in months. Like you don't need to watch anything because it's all the same subject matter, and like all like you know what I mean. Like it's the same stuff. It's just someone says this happened. You really don't need the context because it's always the same context. Like once you've watched this stuff for years, you don't need to know the specifics. You just need to know what happened. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
See, I do the same thing like with the Britney stuff. I can't watch her lives. Some of it is just
No,
too
I
much
can't do it.
quiet and I just can't. But
I
if
can't
you
either
look
because
into
it's too much.
Discord
Yeah, go ahead.
or
So
Clip
I don't know
Channel,
why. Do I have a delay? I think I have a delay in myself.
it's
Just give me a
probably
minute.
me. No, it's probably me, Bindi, and it's okay. I don't care. It's fine. I understand. But yeah, it's just I don't even know what I was saying at this
You
point. But
can't
oh
watch
yeah,
Britney
Me
because
Discord in
it's
the
too
too.
much.
yes, but the clip channels, oh my God, Madison, and then now that Chica's, I've been watching that one. Those are great
Mm-hmm.
for keeping you up to date. Like I
Blessed are
appreciate
the
Mhm.
that.
click channels.
Mm-hmm.
I think I can't like not that I was able to watch Britney too much beforehand because again, all you need to watch is a little bit. You know what's going on, but I think with ever since with the baby and stuff, I just have no desire because it makes me really upset. I like exactly
Right.
what I feel like we knew was gonna
Hi, baby.
happen is happening. And it's not fun at all. It's just disturbing to me.
It is
Yeah.
disturbing. I agree. But
I
like
just
people are out here, why do you want to make like people say talking about other channels, but also I've talked about it. Why would you're making it your content or you're talking about it? Dude, it's the community like in the community we're in, that's all that's being talked about all the time. Are
There
we
is
not
no
allowed to
other
have a
community.
fucking opinion on the
That's
shit that's
it.
going on?
Our whole community has turned into like this is all there is. That's it. They're
Mm-hmm.
like you cannot go into this community that existed for years and years and years, and we all went back. Whether you're more from the Watts, more from Summer Wells, like this is the community that has gone back years, and it does not exist outside of these like 5 creators regarding Britney.
Yeah. And that's all it's
yeah.
about.
Yeah,
I decided that I listened to a clip channel that played Britney saying essentially she doesn't want people listening. So
stop streaming to the internet.
request granted.
Yeah.
I shan't listen. And to be fair, her streams are too chaotic for me. Okay.
Oh,
It's
God,
either
yes.
11 billion minutes of silence and then interrupted by some form of squawk. It can't rocks. You're a bunch of assholes in the chat. Don't come in here. Followed by snoring. Then
Yep.
there's some mumbling in the background from Craig that you can't really discern, but you can discern, but you shouldn't be listening to in the first place, even though from the panel there's motherfucking silence. So that's all you can hear is the
Yeah.
background. But somehow that it's our fault for hearing the only thing available on the motherfucking stream to hear. Yeah. We're all bad. So guess
Dude.
what, bitch? Request granted. I won't listen. There you
Why
go.
are you listening so close? Like,
Well, yeah,
dude, what do
that's
you
the part
mean?
that doesn't, I just can't fathom that is like streaming to the internet and then saying like, why are you listening? Like, or the
Right.
expectation that only your followers, your supporters, people who will be nice, like not
Right.
necessarily the people pointing things out aren't nice. Some aren't nice. Some are just straight up, hey, that didn't happen, like, or that's not true. But the expectation that like I'm streaming to the internet, the whole world, and I want it to just be the people I want to listen. It doesn't work like that. Go to Patreon, allow in who you want to allow in. But if you're streaming
Yeah.
openly to the public, to the internet, you know what that means. Like, and we're all up for it. It's free game. At least what's on the internet is free game.
Right. Don't listen. Okay. I will say this. This is the internet, not a dick. You ain't got to take it so hard. Okay.
Oh,
For the love of Pete. Okay. Please, y'all that are doing this, there's no need to take it into the real world. Okay. You do not need to know who a creator sat next to on the bus
yeah.
in third fucking grade. Okay. That's not your business.
No, that makes the drama not fun. And back like what you said about the baby, it makes it hard to watch anymore or keep up with. I've heard other people say that. They've kind of said it's become triggering, based on whatever they've experienced and stuff. And
Well, the way I
um
see it is, I'm watching. Two things can be true five things can be true at the same time. And just because I say one doesn't mean I don't acknowledge there's a whole group of people doing way too much I do not agree with. But yeah, I personally feel like I'm watching a mother do everything that is against her own children, and doing nothing to protect them. And I don't like when I feel like I give a shit more than you give a shit, because I shouldn't be. You should be giving the most shit about your kids. And so that's very hard for me to sit there and watch, and basically have them used as bait. And again, I can acknowledge there are people absolutely going too far, doing too much. I always have said that. But at the same time, it's like, are you like going to start this whole cycle over with a brand new child? And just,
yeah.
like at what point? And I'm not a believer she has to leave. She doesn't have to leave. You do
No.
have those boundaries, and you have the freedom when kids are in school, that you have the freedom to do, have online and have boundaries. But it's that for
Yes.
me, I can't
Right.
watch that take place and then pretend that everything's fine and no one's being affected.
Right. And I think I agree with what you said
Me
to that
too.
end, Melissa. And I think that, look, yeah, sure. I'd like for the world to be sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. All right. I'd like to buy the world a Coke, all those things. Right. That's how that's the ideal. That's how I'd like it to be. But guess what? That's not how it fucking is.
Exactly.
And so I have to adjust how it actually is. That's what you have to work with, how it is, not how you want it to be.
Yeah.
The truth of the matter is, and for the internet, which by the way, www is World Wide Web.
Yep.
Like the world. Okay? Not just the, 20,000 people that are subscribed to your channel. It's the entire world, all right, that you're letting in when you click go live on YouTube and you broadcast it public. There's another setting if you don't want to broadcast it publicly. Okay.
And Yeah, and she knows that. And then to hear everyone telling her to mute, and she got mad. I made this comment in Soups. So I'm not in the future. The only things I'm going to cover here regarding her is like if it's true crime, if it involves me. I'm not just going to talk about everything that's happening every day. But I had made a comment in Soups about her telling them to about them telling her to mute and her completely ignoring it. And she went on her channel and she said, "Oh, you're in the drama now. I hope what happens to me happens to you. I hope you get blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Bitch, number one, it would never happen to me, but because I wouldn't do what you fucking do. But number two, it's awful when you hear multiple people asking you to mute and you're like, no, no, and you keep talking about your baby, but you don't want people to talk about your baby. You want this heard. We are not
She
fucking
does.
stupid. You are playing the goddamn game. Stop acting
Right.
like you're not,
Oh, there
you
are
know?
some people, and I think that's also why I can't really engage in this anymore, because there are some people who are like, well, she deserves to be able to. And I'll circle back to what Bendy just said. It's not about what's fair or unfair, what she should be able to or what she shouldn't be able to. We should all be able to discuss our kids and share intimate, and then not have it weaponized. But then there is reality. And the reality is this is the world we're living in and this is what's going to be weaponized. So you don't just sit here and keep doing it and then stomp your feet and say, well, it's not fair, I should be able to. Guess what? Life's not fair. There's a lot of things we should be able to do, but this is the reality we're living in. And
Right.
she knows damn well what's going to happen more than anyone else because she talks about it every day. So that's when you, as a mom, put your own desire to snap back, clap back, and engage your children before that and do what you need to do to protect them.
Give
Exactly. And
it.
my point really was more to the wider, broader picture.
Yeah.
Yes, on in these streets, yes, things that pertain to her children have been weaponized. But once again, I have to remind everyone, okay, we as people on the tubes or on social media in general, there is an element, particularly YouTube, because it's so public. All right. You can choose your audience a little bit more on some other platforms, but that was never the intent of YouTube. The YouTube was supposed to be for everybody, and that there everybody can make content and everybody can watch the content. You
But
don't know what who's watching your videos. So for the or your lives. So the truth of the matter is no place on the internet is truly safe for children. Look at fucking Roblox. You see how many
None.
lawsuits there are
yeah.
going
Yeah.
on about that? That is a game that was designed for
Or kid.
children.
Yeah.
No place on the internet is safe. You don't know who's
None.
listening. And let me just tell you that and you can look it up, the statistics, do your own research. Don't just take my word for it. But I have watched child predators be interviewed, and they talk about how they go about finding victims, etc., and then the
Yes.
grooming process. It's fucking innocuous. They take small details that you don't think of
You wouldn't
Yep.
think twice about. Yep.
and they start putting it together and it forms a picture, and that's how they know where you're at. That's you take a picture on Facebook, right? You take a picture of your child's first day of school, all right, and you post it and you tag your location. And let me just that those types of things, there are details that you speak about,
She
and I'm
gives way more
talking
than
a
that.
huge, I'm talking a generality here, a whole ass you that you give away that you don't know that you're giving away because you're not a fucking predator, but a predator hears it and they pick it up and and let me also be clear, there is an element of that predator community who loves, it is their thing to hear what about children who are murdered. That's their
Yep.
deal. Okay. I promise you, look it up if you don't believe me. It's true. So think
Everyone,
about what you're talking about and then also what you cover on your channel, for fuck's sake. Let
Well,
me go
and
have a cigarette before I fucking explode and really
yeah,
say some shit and
but
hurt some
we
feelings.
we did this on No Safe Takes. We had the conversation, like where it showed like majority of the interaction of people looking at like, and this was specifically for Instagram moms posting those adorable photos of your your young kids, 5 year olds, and like they're little, like, oh, it's a pool day, it's this. It is grown middle-aged men being tracked. They are the consumers, and all of it, like they found a conversation like on a dark website, about how they do not even need to go and search. Like, they are handing the content that these predators are looking for directly to them. Like, that's it. You don't even have to seek out your victim. You are handing, and like things that again you wouldn't associate with being inappropriate. You don't know what these people are getting their rocks off to, and you are handing it, like, get the kids, like, sorry,
Well,
you have to protect. I'm not saying everyone has to not have kids on the internet, but you have to be aware of these things and you need to protect them because the kids don't have a say in it.
yeah, and she shares far more than those little details. Here's the thing, though. It's when you care more about being seen a certain way or what people have to say about you than you care about anything else. That when she was not muting, when they were asking her to mute, she was obviously trying to prove a point. Everyone had been saying the baby wasn't there. All of a sudden, we start hearing it. She wanted everyone to hear the talk about the baby. It's obvious. You have to stop giving so much of a fuck what people on here think about you. Everybody would love to share more details about their lives and their kids and stuff. Because you think we're all not proud of our fucking kids and our lives and what we got going on. Yeah, but guess what? We don't, because we can't. Not every little detail. Just like if I share, you think I don't want to show like us taking the dogs out in their little shark vest. They have little shark fin life jackets and the kids swimming with them and them like doing cool stuff at the water. You think I don't want to share a ton of pictures? If I share a
Of
picture, it'll
course
be
you
the back
do.
of their heads. Yeah, of course I want to show it all, but I
Exactly.
don't. Like,
Not
come
because
on.
it's not right. You're not sitting here saying, hey, it's unfair. I should be able to. We all agree. You should.
Yeah.
But what is the reality we live in, right? Like, there should be no racism. I agree. But is that reality? Can we all acknowledge that there are people who are racist? Racism does exist, right? So it's not about what should or shouldn't happen. We can agree on that. But also, we need to acknowledge the reality we're in, and this is the reality here. And at least with Brittany, that's why it drives me crazy because I listen to her sit there every day, repeat the same set of circumstances, and then stomps her feet and says, well, it's not fair. I should be able to. Whether or not that's true, like,
Yeah.
you know damn well what's going to happen if you share this or if you allow them to hear it or if and you keep doing it, which tells me you want to do it. You
Yep.
you want to do that. You don't want to do anything else, and that makes me sick. It's one thing when it's you, it's another thing when it's the kids, and I can't handle the kid stuff.
Yeah. Well, and that's what she got so mad at me for saying she wanted to do it. But Wolfie wanted me to point something out. So I lost the comment is gone because StreamYard only gives us a few at a time. But
Damn it.
it said something like, she said, B Tim, thank you for at least standing up and stopping it from going so low. And Wolfie was like, but we do that all the time. And the way that she treats us is very different than the way that she treated B Tim. But
Yeah.
yeah, so she wanted me to point that out. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. But I do think, shame on Julie. I said this to her. Julie blocked me like the one time I went in her chat back when she filed the copyright complaint against Brittany. And I said to her, because again, if you are going to file copyright on someone, you're not allowed to file the complaint unless the work is actually already copyrighted or you can prove it's already in the process of copyright. Then you can start it, but the outcome depends on whether or not the copyright was approved. So I remember I went in there back then, and this was when it was obvious that you were just looking for any reason to bring Brittany to court, and to be included. And she blocked me and she swore to me, yep, she had that work copyrighted. Well, fast forward, obviously that ended up going nowhere because she didn't. But then she moved to citizens complaints. But what she's doing with the police reports and stuff, and including all the creators, like, that is crazy. And I think she knew she got deep into it,
Yep.
like she was screwed, and so she'd rather take a withdrawal dismissal than a loss.
Yep, she knew she fucked up, and I agree. Hopefully, she learned a lesson. But I was wrong about Wolfie's one. Apparently, she said, I don't like Big B Tim, but good on him for calling it out. But she gets mad when we say we don't like Brittany, but that's
Yeah.
wrong what happened to her
I
or
don't want
whatever.
y'all to call it out. Just don't say nothing. Okay. I don't well, what do
Yeah.
you want? I don't know what you want.
And Bryn, look, Bryn's in the chat. He said she hates
Wait.
or loves drama, and that abusive prick she sat next to hates her. It's so obvious. Here's the thing: they put that in your face too. How dare you comment on it when it's right in our faces? And he's saying all kinds of shit. I heard a clip the other day where he's like, "Brittany, you love the drama. You love this," and she's like, "No, I don't. They're just talking about my kids. I got to get them to stop." And he's like, "No, you love this. You
Yep.
actually love it. You keep feeding into it." Don't you get what he's saying, Brittany? You don't have to talk about it. You don't have to respond. You can just go do whatever content you want, but you keep doing the drama. He knows you love it too, but you got so mad at me for fucking saying that.
There's a
Well,
response.
yeah.
There's a response, and then there's a rebuttal. Okay.
Yes.
There's clearing up a rumor, and then there's, I should say a response and a reaction. Okay. Saying, if somebody says something like, Jenn Lu really loves eggs, she eats them every day. Okay. Do I need to address that lie? No. But if I chose to address it, just to clear the rumor up, it would be this. I do not like eggs. I've never liked eggs. I'm not going to like eggs ever in the foreseeable future. I don't like the way they smell when they're cooked. And being that my nose is directly above my mouth, if it stinks, I'm not putting it in my fucking mouth. That's it. That's all. Okay. That's me clearing up a lie. Me reacting to the lie and making it worse is explaining what I just said and saying, whoever said that, you're a dumb bitch. Okay. Because if there are people, people can call me crazy. People can say I interrupt. Probably some of the shit they say about me, like in that way, sometimes I do interrupt and it's not intentional. I don't mean to be an asshole, but it does come across that way. And I'm aware of it and I'm working on it. Okay. I'm trying to be better. But I don't need to, I can take that constructive criticism. All right. But I don't have to respond. And I don't have to then make it worse by dragging that person who said Jen interrupts or Jen's too loud or whatever they say about me. Right. And then dragging them for absolute fucking filth. I don't have to do that. That's a choice. It's a choice to not respond, just like it's a choice to respond. And as we've explained like 11 billion times, usually you're clearing up the lie and trying to show proof and all the things actually makes the situation 11 gajillion times worse.
Yep, exactly. It's literally feeding it. It's pouring gas on the fire. That's it. Can I tell y'all something? Dunkin' Donuts has a new summer menu, and they have a chocolate covered strawberry latte that looks so good. It has strawberry
What?
cold foam on top. Yes, and they have mango strawberry refreshers with strawberry cold foam, and they have a bunch of new stuff. It looks freaking really good.
I'm actually interested in that drink that you showed the other day, and then you said there was one that's dragon fruit. I need some more details on that, please, because dragon fruit is my fave.
McDonald's?
No,
and
something
Melissa,
she
it
was
was a
drinking.
Calypso lemonade. The glass
Oh,
one.
okay.
The McDonald's drinks, I really liked the Dr. Pepper one. It was pretty good. But
Yeah, the Dr. Pepper one was good.
Pixie, there's this chocolate covered strawberry coffee drink from Colombo that came out this year, and it was so good. So I'm hoping this will be like that. But
I honestly feel at this point, with respect to what's going on with Brittany, like I'm out. Like I'm talking to you guys about it because that's what we're talking about. But
yeah,
am I going to cover it? No. Do I watch her anymore? No. I used to watch her. I did, but I no longer do because fuck this shit. I'm out. You don't want people to watch because you only want people who are going to praise you and say you are the victim. They did you so damn dirty. It's wrongity wrong. You're the best. Your true crime coverage is great. We love it. Even though you fall asleep, you hit the mic, whatever the fuck it is you do. Okay, you only want the accolades. And sometimes you might be deserving of an accolade, but also conversely, just like everybody else, including myself, sometimes we're deserving of an accolade. And you don't want people that will tell you their honest opinion. So fuck that shit. I'm out.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
going to listen anymore. You don't want people like that listening. So I'm people like that. I ain't finna listen.
Yeah, I'll keep up just because I came this far, you know, like I always want to know, hey, what's
What's
going on,
going
but
on?
I don't watch any of it anymore. I can't. It's driving me crazy, and the victimhood with everyone too, not even just Brittany, but you know, like it's either just so one side or so the other, and I don't agree with either side, and that drives me the most
Yes.
crazy.
Right.
I'm right. I hate that too. Like not agreeing with any of the sides, but also it's good. I'm glad like to be on that side, on that team of no, fuck everybody involved. But I haven't watched for a while. Haven't watched her streams for a while. Every now and then I will watch a Krama stream like somebody else's that's happening, especially Joneson and Soup. You know, I'll keep up like that. But I watch the LCU drama all day and then keep up with this in clips. And honestly, I'm less and less interested every day because I'm right there with you guys. But part of me, it disinterests me, this like whole baby thing and all this stuff that's happening. And the other part enrages me. And that's not good because it makes me interested a bit, but also passionately angry about what's going on. And especially with, I'll be honest, like the school stuff, I was really nervous about even commenting on. If you hear the first live I commented on, I was kind of slowly speaking, choosing my words because you guys know with what I've been through in the last couple of years, I know how neglectful and I know how bad that is. Some
Yeah.
people don't know and they don't realize. And I know, and it enrages me because it's really harmful for the kid. And, you know, it's just tough. Some of this
You
stuff is
can't
pretty tough.
blame that on YouTube. That's all I got and that's all I got to say about that. You can't blame that one on YouTube drama.
This is what I'll say about
Yeah.
that whole thing. Yes, you cannot blame that on YouTube drama, but for the general public, as you can see, the situation is being handled by the appropriate
Yes.
people who should be handling it. So it's my
Yeah.
opinion, and I strongly believe that nobody from the motherfucking internets should be calling no motherfucking agencies,
No.
because there are agencies that are clearly involved, that are clearly handling the situation, and there it is.
Yeah, and I hope that they are. And I'm, you know, God, just don't even get me started on that. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say about it too, because I'm
Yeah.
very passionate about that, and I've had a really personal experience seeing the damage that can be done from a child having no rules, no routine, no school, no nothing. And I just, yeah, that's all I
Yeah.
have to say about it.
And Allie, I know why you feel the way that you feel and why you said what you said, because you are coming from a place of experiencing what it's like when a child doesn't go to
Mhm.
school. And so you commented on that. And I
Right.
respect your opinion. I'm not going to comment on it at all, because you know what? I think the people um, that should say, that feel that led to say something or want to say something coming from, you know, a good place like you've already spoken on it. So what more can I really add to the conversation? Nothing.
Yeah. And the other things that I might would say are not very nice, so I'm just going to keep it at that.
Sometimes it be's like that too. See how easy that is? That's called motherfucking restraint, y'all.
Yeah, and being a fucking adult and having emotional maturity. You know why? Though it's not for her. It's not for her
No, I
sake at
know.
all. Yeah, because it's for the little people that are involved that will suffer from their business being talked about, even in a way like that. And I'm not going to do that. I've wanted for a long time to tell my story, and there's no real way for me to do it because of that. And she needs to fucking learn that. When it involves a little ones, sometimes you shut the fuck up, even if you want to talk about it, because it's
Right.
about more than you.
Exactly. Sometimes you just, I will continue to say what I've always said and what I will say again for the last time, maybe today anyway. Sometimes the best thing that you can do to protect the little people in your life and those that you care about and you love is to shut the fuck up. Sometimes
Yep.
it's hard. It's not easy. It's much easier to say something. it's much easier to address something. It's much, much harder to not. But
Oh, and
sometimes it is what you have to do.
can I say something? And then I'm going to let you guys go. I'm so
Okay.
thankful I got to speak to both of you today. But
Me
about that,
too.
I've heard people say, like, oh, this was in regard to Jones and it was a clip I saw where someone was like, oh, so you guys do feel the same. You just don't say it in the way we say it. You say it privately. You say it in a nice way. Like that's a bad thing. No, adults sometimes will talk privately with their friends about something, but they are aware enough to know this is not a subject that is good for the internet. This is not a conversation that needs to be had on the internet. It's not being fake. It's not hiding stuff. It's having respect for other people and being an adult and understanding that not everything needs to be out there like that. And that if you do talk about certain subjects, you do it with a certain respect or restraint, especially when little kids and stuff are involved. It's not being fake. Sometimes, might I say things to Melissa or Bendy I would never say on my channel? Yes. It's not being fake. It's just sometimes going into more detail with your friends and knowing that that is not an appropriate conversation for YouTube.
I
That is
don't
not,
think
it
that
will just
anybody
spread
could.
rumors and drama.
I don't
Go ahead,
think that
Brittany.
anybody could ever label all the things that I've said on this live today as nice. Okay. I think that everybody's approach is everybody's approach. I don't think, and I agree with you, there are conversations that aren't appropriate for
Yes.
the public. You are allowed to vent and talk to your friends. Even the day that I went live on my own channel and said what I said about, how I felt about the situation that had nothing to do with, her children or anything like that, just about the specific thing that she was upset with me about saying in her chat, and I addressed it, right? Could I have, I stopped myself in certain moments because I think the point was made. Like that's just me. That's how I handle it. I mean, what do you want me to say? And
It's
you
not
can
be,
like
yeah,
or
it's
not
not
like the
fake.
way that I handle it. That's it. That's all.
And some people handle things differently, and it's not to be fake or to be whatever. It's, like I said, out of respect for other people involved that don't want to be involved and stuff like that. Oh my God, I just like knocked this really tiny, bright green freaking weird worm off my arm. Sorry, that freaked me out. I touched my arm and I felt like a soft, squishy. Yeah.
Maybe it's a caterpillar. Look, Allie just flicked the very hungry caterpillar. Go run tell that, everybody. Look what she did.
It's littler though than a caterpillar, and it's like bright green. If my camera freaking
that's
worked.
even worse. That's even worse. It's tiny, defenseless. Look at Allie.
Oh,
She is
it's
a
working.
monster.
Look,
it is a little caterpillar. That is a caterpillar.
my camera's working. Oh, I was down at the
Yay!
water and it wouldn't work, and then I
the
come home at
fairies.
the end.
It's the fairies. They don't want to be caught on camera. Stop trying.
They did not want to be seen. Yes,
They didn't want to be seen. Look, Allie's mean to the very hungry caterpillar. Everybody, go run and tell that.
in the arms of the angel. I do have a question since my camera's
Allie,
working.
the worm beater.
Since my camera's working, what kind of bird is this? Because it's like just walking around here, and it has like a. Oh man, the
a
back
bird
of
that
it
don't
was
want
like.
to be on film either. Nope. That bird said, "Hell no, you ain't streaming me to the tubes. Hell no."
The back of it was like, it looked like makeup. It was like color changing as it moved. You know what I mean? Like it was like purple then green. Then yes, yeah. It was really pretty.
I don't know. You're
Anyway,
You're gonna have to catch that bird unawares and then post it so I can see. And maybe because they do have, you guys, when you see birds and stuff, there is a bird identifier. You can upload pictures and they'll tell you what the bird is.
There's a plant identifier too.
There's a pill identifier as well. The internet is a wonderful thing. It can be very helpful, very useful.
Pixie said, "Big worm, better watch yourself."
What up, big worm?
That's my song, man. I love that song. But you know what? I just got to say this. All the bullshit aside, I feel so fucking lucky and happy and just excited that I got to talk to both of you guys and on
too.
panel. I haven't got to talk to either of you for a long time.
I
I
know.
know it's been fucking forever.
I used to talk to you every day for years, and now it's been
I
like
know.
weeks of not
You
hearing
don't think
from
I
you.
haven't noticed that we don't talk every day?
I know, and Melissa too. It's the same with both of y'all. So
I
I'm like
know.
so thankful. So thank you guys for coming up, man, because I miss
Melissa and I
you.
were just starting to be regular talkers.
I
We
know
had
that I dropped off the face of the earth.
then she
I
was
gotta
like,
get back.
"I'm out. I'm out. I'm just gonna leave." You know, we bonded over Stranger Things, and then
Yep,
boom, that was
I
it.
know.
Just left me hanging, left me on red, just made me sad. That's it.
I'm
I'm going
so
live.
sorry. I left my whole channel too. Like I gotta get back to
I
it.
don't care
And to the
about that. I
person,
care about me. This
no,
ain't about them. This is about me.
both, both. I'm so sorry. I know ATS. It wasn't even like that either. It was like, oh shit, like I'm so overwhelmed. I gotta take a minute, and that minute turned into like 3 months.
People have been asking
Yeah,
about you, by the way. I got asked about you in my chat
me
the other
too.
day, and I said, I don't know where that hoe is at. No, I
Yeah,
said, I've seen her around in chats. Wolfie answered. I remember too.
I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Like I'm
I
coming
didn't say
back.
she. Wait a minute. Hold on, Wolfie. Hi, Kevin. By the way, Wolf Bendy said, "Back off. I don't share. I ain't trying to share with you. Calm your titties. I ain't trying to take her for all myself. I'm just saying it's about me. Sheesh.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to hog Melissa. I'm trying to hog the spotlight. Duh.
No, yeah, no, I'm serious. I have missed hearing y'all's voices, but I get it because, like, with like taking a break, both of y'all have. Both Melissa, you've taken a huge step back from your channel, but Jen, you've done the same thing. You guys have both
Step
kind of
back,
done that.
girl, like a bandit.
But I did the same though with mine. I used to stream daily, and I look back and I had like some months where I've been going like 6, 7 times a month, and I'm like, dude, yeah, when you got a lot going on, it's
I'm
sometimes
just
just
trying to
it
get
be
to,
like
and we're
that.
not out per summer, like our last day is the 26th. So I'm just trying to get to
What
the end
the
of the school
hell?
year. Yes, that's why I saw someone said, are you taking a summer break? I'm like, no, 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 no. I'll start when summer starts, like
Yeah.
I'm trying to get through the end of the year.
They are
Summer
lucky though
ain't
because
summer.
they don't.
Yeah. Oof.
They have all of August out of school. We talked about this last summer, so I know,
Yes.
like they don't go
Yeah.
back in August. They get to just be at the beach all month, you know.
I mean, that is
So
a blessing. So for me, I just like I'm real busy with the nuggie. Getting up at
Yeah.
4:30 is,
yeah,
like it's a difficult thing. And then so I've kind of been trying to balance that. And she's gonna start school this year. I'm so
Ah, so
excited. I
Mm.
know, because I have shared her story with permission from her mom. Her mom shared her story on my channel. Um, she's got systemic juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, which is an
wow.
autoimmune issue. And so things are, a little complicated for her. And this was something that we weren't sure would happen for her, that she would ever be able to attend school in a conventional way. And I am so I'm so excited. She's so
Oh, that's
excited.
amazing.
And so when that happens, then I will have more um, granny time and be able to devote more time. But I'm really,
It goes fast.
it
It goes
happens fast.
insanely
And
fast.
look, now once she starts school, and I know this because I raised 4 kids, her whole little world is going to open up. And there will be a day when I say, hey, you want to come and you want to go do such and such. And she says to me, Granny, I can't. My friends are gonna go do blah blah blah. And I know that day is coming. So I need to like be there when she wants me to, like now she's, you know, I'm her
Yes.
bestie.
Yep, and it's the
So
best. But being the bestie is the best,
it
like
is, but it
yeah,
goes quick.
it does.
Especially once they start school, it goes quick. I
It
can
goes way
remember
too
all
fast.
of my kids being her age and younger. And it's like I blinked. I might have even turned around to do damn ass dishes because they was always making dishes for me.
Yeah.
And boom, they are grown, and now I have grandbabies. So I don't know. I just
Listen, here's the secret. All you have to do is you got to be cool because, like, Bentley and
Oh,
Annie still want to show me stuff and hang out with me, like, and watch movies
you
with me.
gotta
And
be
they'll ask me
cool, she
questions.
said.
No, seriously, they'll ask me questions about like new rap songs and new stuff that's coming out. So you got to keep up. And then
Oh, I
if you
can't.
have,
Oh, no problem there. If all the requirement is
yes,
to be cool, then I'm fine. But I just remember
see?
with my kids, there was a day when I was the coolest, and then one day, not
Yeah.
only was I
Yeah.
not cool, I was dumber than a box of fucking hair.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know.
Allie,
Trenton's at
you
that
haven't
pace
got to
too.
that point just yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
No,
yeah,
I have with Trenton, but not with the little kids. They still
yeah.
want to hang out with me and think. Now, they do think they already know more than me, but not to Trenton's level. He will like give me a full present. We just had a very deep argument about creatine, and he gave me like
That's
a full
mini bindi.
presentation, several YouTube videos. Like he knows more than me. He'll ask me like we'll talk about working out, and he's like, "No, mom, that's not how it works." I'm like, Trenton, you've worked out for like 3 years. I used to play high school sports. Like I know, I'm not stupid. So with
Yeah.
him, I'm not the cool one anymore, but he's a little different. He's always been really shy, like when it goes to like being at school and stuff. Like, but the little kids, they still want to like watch movies with me and hang out with me. So I think I'm still cool for
You're
them.
still cool. You're and listen, I don't base my coolness on coolness is like being honest, right? You just are.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm not fixing to base whether I'm cool or not on kids who I remember when my kids were little, and for like a month straight, they only wanted to eat from one bowl, drink from one cup, eat with one spoon, eat off of one plate, for a whole month. You couldn't change it up, right? And then just about the time you get used to that, then they switch it up and they're like, oh no, I don't like the blue dishes anymore. I want the green one. So, no, I'm not fixing to base my opinion on whether I am cool or not on that on little humans. I will say this. I believe my channel, my track record, my knowledge of song lyrics and movies that can be recalled at any time, every time, that track record
We'll
speaks for
keep you
itself.
cool no
I'll
matter
pass
what.
the witness, Your Honor.
No, but you know what? Even Trenton, like as much as he doesn't want, like if we go to a ball game, it's like he barely will even speak to me. He's so
Mm-hmm.
cool. But also there are times
Yep.
when there are still times when he wants to like connect like that and like hang out and
Yep.
say I'm down at the dock and he'll come down there with me and talk to me for 2 hours about he'll know more than me in the whole conversation and correct me 5 times, but he still wants to. So
At least he's interacting with you. See, and
yeah.
that's how you know you have a good relationship. My kids were the same way. They wanted me to take them places, but don't stay ho and don't get out the car, okay? And don't speak to
Yeah.
me or act like you know me or speak to any of my friends, even though
Yes.
all of their friends were like, "Your mom's the coolest," and my kids are all like, "What? No, she's
Yes,
not."
exactly. Like
Like
I'll get
ew.
there and I'll say I'll come to the school to bring him a shirt, which happens a lot for working out after school. And when he grabs it from me, it's like he only looks at me for half a second. He's like, thanks, under his breath. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
I ain't making eye contact with you. Don't
Yes.
expect a hug. Come on now. Yeah, don't act brand new,
Nothing.
mom.
Exactly.
But that's
So,
how
but
kids are, and it's fun,
it
And I
is
think
fun.
things like this, in a very broad context, can be shared. But anything
Yes.
more than this
Not
would
their
be a
person.
problem, right?
Agree. Totally agree. Okay, but
I mean,
I
your birthday
promise Lane
anytime it's your kid's birthday, sorry, and stuff like that. Like, hey, okay.
their
Like,
full name.
Yeah,
yeah. Let me go
your
on about what
boyfriend's
they
social
want.
security number. Maybe don't
Yes.
do that,
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
Or
there's a
have them on a hot
limitation.
mic.
Yeah, or an intentional mic, not even hot mic.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
cold mic.
Okay, I promised Lane you would do a kick rocks.
Oh, kick rocks, mom.
On command. It's so funny. Dude, reality, like I gotta say, she tries as much bullshit as much times as she can be annoying and stuff like that. She tries to be a good friend and supportive.
Right.
She was even asking her to mute during that one conversation. Like, so she takes a lot of shit, and I don't think she's the
Right. And the kick rocks thing, look, Okay.
Just for fun.
It
That's
came
funny.
to, yeah, it's just for fun. Okay. I don't know reality on a personal level, so I don't like or dislike her. I do think I agree with you, Ellie. I think she tries the best way that she knows how to be Brittany's friend. And to be fair, the only way Brittany will allow to be a good friend.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it's not personal. I'm not trying to, like I ain't, trying to hurt her feelings. And I hope I don't. But there was one day when she just yelled at somebody. There was like complete silence from the panel. And she yelled from the panel at somebody in chat. And all I heard it was so jarring and so abrupt because it was so silent that I was really questioning my own existence. Am I even here right now? And then boom, kick rocks, grow up. You know, it just, and all I could hear and think of was fucking Miss Fowl from Jimmy Neutron. Okay. I can't help it that those types of things, that's part of the magic that is me.
Yep.
The ability to relate something like that to a show that I've seen or a movie or whatever, that's just how my brain works.
Yeah. No, I don't think it's mean at all or in like bad. Like, it's just being funny. I love parodies. I wish drama would get back to surface level YouTube parodies and just shit talking and stuff. That's fun.
Yes. Or
It's
like when somebody says something that's just like, what the fuck just came out of your mouth? Of all the thoughts rolling around in that great big old gourd of yours, that's the one that escaped, and you laugh at it, but you're not trying to like it's not Mortal Kombat or anything. You're not trying
yes,
to,
with malice.
with malice intent, and then you got some other person on your panel, Luke hanging it up, not Luke Hang, Shao Tsung, Shao Tsung singing it up and talking about now your soul is mine. Like, come on, it's not that deep. The internet used to be fun, and I gotta say, what's going on around these parts lately? I'm not gonna lie. There's been a couple of times when I've thought about just saying fuck it and quitting the tubes. Period. Because I don't think there's a way for me to create content yet not watch YouTube.
Yeah,
I know
agree.
myself. I know
Look at
me.
Wolfie. Wolfie said someone told her to kick rocks, and she said, "Don't come in here and tell her to kick rocks." Then said, "You kick rocks, bitch."
Let me do it. You want me to do it? I'll
Yeah.
read it. Okay. Don't come in here and tell me to kick rocks. You kick rocks, bitch.
He does the most.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very
my God.
animated, dramatic type of person, I guess. But
She
all
feels
right.
strongly about things, and she makes that evident
Yeah.
in the panels. There you go. Good for you,
Yeah.
reality.
What are y'all doing today? What are your guys' plans?
Oh, this will
Working.
be day whatever it is of summer, and this is the no floaties 2026. We're working on swimming, so
Ah.
I gotta
Oh,
take, so I gotta do that, and or I don't got to, I want to, so let me make that clear. And
yeah.
I do want to do this live about Gypsy. So I know don't Wolfie mute, like earmuffs for Wolfie, because she gets all upset about this. But Melissa, I know I can coordinate with Allie, but I do need you to message me, because I want to do it kind of sooner rather than later. But I
Okay.
need to know your schedule, and because I feel like there's going to be a lot of roastable material, but also we can do it, how we do, where we're gonna, if she says, something respective to the crime that's not factual, we know the factual information, so you'll learn stuff and you'll laugh.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. And then Melissa, you're working. I'm also doing swimming today. I've
Yeah.
drank
Damn sweet.
a freaking caffeine, like a energy drink and 2 waters since I've been on this live.
So
And
now
I
you
got
gotta
to
pee.
pee so bad. Yeah.
Okay, go pee.
But
But I miss you, ladies, and thank
I
you
miss
for
you
for
too.
singing me up. And it was great just to hop on panel and talk with you guys.
It was. I had
yes.
so much fun. Thanks, girls.
Thank
Yes.
you guys.
Bye,
Yeah.
guys.
Bye. Yeah.
Bye.
I'm just happy to hear your guys' voices and hear get inside your brain a little bit. So thank you guys for coming up, and thank you to the chat for being here. I know it was kind of all kinds of random shit, but I really wanted, my fucking camera working at the end? Like, what kind of sick bullshit is that? I really was trying to show y'all the dolphins or the fairies or a mermaid or something. You never know. And I don't know. But, anyways, thank you guys for being here. And I'll see you soon. I know that I'll probably be on my true crime channel next because I have a Lindsay Clancy update I want to do. I want to continue with Mackenzie Sharilla. Now we have Adam Montgomery. Let me tell you what, I am very furious over that. And I won't get too much, I won't get into it here, but I just want to say, like, Kayla Montgomery is just a rotten piece of disgusting fucking horrible trash who never should have been allowed to testify. And we all thought that from the beginning. And even the fact that it was even used in the appeal, it's just really frustrating because she should not be free. She should be in there with him. So I'm going to be talking about all that kind of stuff and over on Jen's. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. It won't be long. I hope you have a lovely day. Drink lots of water if you're outside. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay. All right. Bye.